Like, share, subscribe. It is 8/14/2025. I hope everybody's good. I know some kids is back in school. Some still having a summer vacation, whatever the case may be, but salute to everybody. We're gonna be talking about the 80s, then we're gonna work, then we're gonna do the 90s, and then we're gonna do the 2000s, then we're gonna do the 2010s, and then we're halfway through this decade right now, so we will be talking about previous as up when we get to that. But anyway, hope if everybody's good. This is Old Head Podcast. It's summertime. There ain't really been nothing going on, but I still haven't forgot the time to actually do this. I just been working a lot. I do. I'm on a mission, and yeah, so I just been working a lot. I know that's why in the summer I normally take breaks, but normally every summer I always do the 80s and just break it all down. So today we're just gonna be talking about the 80s only. Okay, that's weird. Hold on just a second. All right, but anyway, but I hope everybody is good and well. Shout out to everybody once again. It's over here podcast. This is Lion Den Basketball Community, and we're gonna be talking about the 80s. The 80s. I was the late 70s, so I did watch the 80s, and it was a good time to be alive. That's when I started really learning the game. That's why I ended up loving the Lakers because of Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, and we're just gonna this gonna go on and on and on. James Worthy, um, AC Green, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, Michael Thompson. This is just on top of my head. I can even name bench players from back in the day too. Adrian Branch, um, Wesley Matthews Sr. I was talking about players that I seen and I can remember all the way up to this present. Even though I'm still standing on my stance, but I'm not coming back until everything is taken care of. But anyway, we're talking about the 80s. So we also talking about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Some people say that they say the NBA. I heard a lot of opinions. Some people say they didn't, but Celtics, Bird and the Lakers, man, and the Celtics, they pretty much ran through the 80s. The Pistons got a couple. The Pistons got one. We're just gonna break it all down here. And the 30 greatest players that I'm looking at this article, and this article is on discoverwaltz.com. And this based on this is April 29th, 2023, posted by ENS. And he's ranked the 30 greatest NBA players from the 80s. The 80s was an era where these competition was the order of the day in basketball. This was the time when players did their best and left it on the court every time they played. Brimming with talent, and NBA boasted multiple All-Stars and future Hall of Famers who every time they entered the court carved their way to stardom. Basketball then was so physical, with athletes ferocious fighting for every rebound out in the paint. Numbers don't lie, and we can see by how the NBA players in the 1980s or those who were drafted in the era went on to achieve legendary status in the sport, surpassing numerous accolades and gaining numerous accolades while at it. Their performance was nothing short of exemplary, hence leading their respective teams to the top. The skill, passion, and dedication of these big games players were standard and still act as a blueprint for current NBA players. In the 1980s, basketball was also like entertainment, where each game was exaggerating in every way possible as, as as compared to the present day. Technology then was a little bit moderate, but did not stop these basketball players to showcase their ultimate performance on the court, providing spectators worldwide with jaw-dropping scenes, leaving behind unforgettable impressions. Their feats are unforgettable. Some are some unfathomable, and also inspiring to current and future generations. Analyzing the 1980s, it is evident that the NBA players back then are the creme de la creme to every play that the game, proving the dedication and hard work is pivotal to success as we celebrate them along with their achievements. Let's find out who are the 30 best players from the 1980s. And number one, they got ranked as Magic Johnson. Irvin Magic Johnson, American basketball player, is widely regarded as the greatest point guard ever. Johnson played professionally for several years in a career that spanned 13 years. After winning a national championship at Michigan State in 1979, the Los Angeles Lakers selected Johnson first overall in 1979 NBA draft. During the Showtime era, Johnson led the team to 5 NBA championships. Johnson's career achievements include NBA Finals 9 NBA final appearances, 3 NBA Finals, Most Valuable Player awards, 3 MVP awards, 12 All-Star game, and 9 all-time NBA first team selections. Number two, they got Larry Bird. Larry Bird is played professionally in the National Basketball Association from 1979 to 1992. He is considered to have a fantastic experience playing basketball. Many fans and analysts consider him to be one of the best basketball players of all time. He was selected to the NBA All-Star team 12 times. He helped with the Celtics win the NBA titles in 1981, 84, 86, as well as 2 final MVP awards. Bird is the only player to have won 3 straight regular MVP awards, joining Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. He had a reputation for being a clutch performer who excelled in high stakes, high pressure games in 1981, 82, 83, and 88. Regular seasons, he finished second 4 times. And then they got the cap, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And a lot of people, and that's just my opinion, he just have from start to finish, his resume is just impeccable. You know, he once was a scoring leader, and and he needed to get his basketball back. Somebody need to give his basketball back to him because to me, he's the most he's the NBA all time leader in points. To future otherwise, you know, somebody just holding on to it, and I think eventually he gonna have to give Kareem back his basketball, man. Give Kareem back his basketball, man. You holding it and you don't deserve it. But anyway, many believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was a century in the NBA for 20 seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks and Los Angeles Lakers, where he earned 6 Most Valuable Player awards. Kareem was chosen for the NBA All-Time All-Star Game 19 times, made All NBA teams 15 times, and was named to the NBA All Defensive Team 11 times. Kareem won 6 NBA championships with 2 separate teams, twice being named MVP. He also coached and won 2 more titles. He had the most points of any active or past NBA player from 1984 until 2003, until he was eclipsed by Jay Reed. Number four, in the 80s, just 80s, we only talking about the 80s, is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. The former basketball player is one of the most well-known figures in the sport. He even has a biography in the National Basketball Association honoring him as the best player of all time. He played 15 NBA seasons for the Chicago Bulls, winning 6 NBA championships. His statistics suggest that he was a fantastic NBA player. After successfully guiding the after guiding the United States basketball team to Olympics and earning gold medals in 1984, he began playing for Chicago Bulls. The athlete had a tremendous career, and after retiring, he did not disappear from the scene as he purchased a stake in the Wizards and was named president of the basketball club operation. Michael Jordan is also a successful businessman. Five, Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, a former basketball player and coach for the United States, currently works as a commentator for NBA TV. The 12-time NBA All-Star was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame and designated one of the 50 and 75 players in NBA history. He spent his whole professional playing career with the National Basketball League Association, Detroit Pistons. Thomas is regarded as one of the greatest players and point guards of all time. He played for the Detroit Pistons for 15 years, from 1981 to 1994, and guided them to the NBA titles in 89 and 90. That 91, man, that one hurt. 89, too. I remember that. Six is Julius Irving. And in my opinion, and I've been saying this since I've been on YouTube. His whole if they count since the NBA count ABA, right? How come they just don't combine everything? If you look at his resume, and there's only 2 times in his career he did not average 20. That was his last 2 years. To me, he has the case of the greatest small forward of all time. Even though they like to crown everybody and all that, but I don't think so. I've been on this stance about this. It's just my opinion. You know, you can't be great at everything, and you really, to me, that you're really not. So American basketball player Julius Irvin is a performing basketball player who helped legitimize the American Basketball Association and was the most well-known member of that league until it merged with the NBA. Following the 1975-76 season, Irvin enjoyed success with the ABA Virginia Squires, New York Nets, now the NBA Brooklyn Nets, and NBA Philadelphia 76ers, winning 3 championships, 4 most valuable players, and 3 scoring titles with the ABA Virginia Squires and New York Nets. He was the only player to be chosen as the most valuable player in the ABA and the NBA. He was well renowned for his slam dunks from the free throw line in the slam dunk contest. 7, Dominique Wilkins. Hey, Dominique was that dude. I know everybody talks about Vince Carter. I know me and my boy Trey, we used to have a back and forth about it, but it was his opinion. The greatest dunk I seen to me is to me it's been Dominique. Vince Vince is close second, but Vince did but it's just you can't make it on. You can I don't argue with anybody. Some people say Vince, me I say Dominique and Sean Kemp. There's just so many people that to me was great NBA dunkers. But anyway, Dominique Wilkins is a former American basketball player who spent much of his career in the NBA with the Atlanta Hawks. Wilkins was a 9-time NBA All Star, a member of the NBA All NBA team 7 times. Is regarded one of the most acrobatic slam dunkers in NBA history, garnering the Monkey of the Human highlight film. In 1985-86 season, Wilkins had the most points scored. Before his retirement, Wilkins played for I can't pronounce it, Athens, during which the time he won his first championship, the FIBA Euro League and Greek Cup, as well played for another calls, man. People just don't. I don't answer phone calls. I don't know anyway. But anyway, now they don't like. Maybe lost track. Wilkins was the 9-time All. I read that part. Okay, I read that part. Before his retirement, yeah, I read that part too. As well. Okay, I read that part. And he played for Orlando Magic. Dominique gets slept on to me. To me, Dominique was a beast, man. Dominique was the truth, man. And he don't get enough credit for coming back from his ACL, like Achilles. Or was it Achilles ACL? I can't remember. But Dominique was still that dude. Because I'm playing NBA Jam Tournament Edition 93, 94, and it feels weird seeing Dominique Wilkins on the Boston Celtics, but that year he played for the Celtics. A lot of people don't remember that. But anyway, Dominique was that dude, man. Yeah, I mean, I know the new generation, and I blame mainstream media, and I've been saying this for a long time. Basketball is the only sport that I've seen where they tear down legends just to build somebody up. To me, you taking the dump on your own brand, because it wasn't for the players in the 80s. I'm just talking about stuff that I seen. I seen the 80s. I was a child, but then I began to learn it. I remember 84 when the Celtics. I remember 85 when the Lakers got back. That's when I really starting to understand, starting to learn really. The 80s was, I'm telling you, the All-Star games, the slam dunk contests, I mean the 3-point contests, it was legendary. It brought families together. I can remember watching All Star game. Rest in peace to my pops. I can remember watching All Star games as a kid with my pops, and then once I got older, I started watching it by myself. But we still end up talking about the slam dunk contest and that's what it was back then, man. It was these players in the 80s. That's one thing I don't understand. That they always want to bash the players in the past, but the players in the past, they didn't make no excuses, man. They went out there and still got it done. They still had to go in there. They had to earn it. They wanted it. They wanted to be the best. Yeah, they might practice with each other and everything and work out with each other in the summertime, but then when it comes to the regular season or even the playoffs, man, look, hey, rivalries. Back in the 80s, it was rivalries. Even in the 90s, that we're going to talk about next week. No, I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know if I want to do the 90s tomorrow or I just take a break. I don't know. Yeah, I ain't going to. I'm just going to keep it on every Thursday. And just gonna go from there because yeah, the 80s was great. It was great. It was great to me. It was great, and it just got better and better. But let's keep on going. Number 8, Hakeem I Dream Elijah one. Hakeem is a former basketball player who played in Century in the Basketball Association from '84 to '01 for the Houston Rockets. In his final season, the Toronto Raptors in 1994 and '95. He led the Rockets to back-to-back NBA titles in 2008. Olajuwon was inducted in the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, and in 2016 he was inducted to the FIBA Hall of Fame. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest centers of all time, as one of the best basketball players of all time, which he is. The dream was no joke. Great college player too. Five Slammer Jammer. Played with Clyde Drexler. Yeah, that's when Drexler had the Jerry. That's back in the '80s, y'all. That's we if you grew up in the '80s, that's when you seen people had the Jerry curls. Number 9, they got Moses Malone, American basketball player, completely professionally from '74 to '95, starting in both the American ABA and the NBA. He won 3 MVP awards for the NBA and was selected to the All NBA team 8 times and appeared in NBA All Star games. 12 times. In 83, Malone led the Philadelphia 76ers to the championship and was named the MVP of the league and finals. Moses Malone, a lot of people don't know, Moses Malone was cold too. Moses Malone was nice. That's when big men every night, every night, every night. They was it was every night at every position. They came ready to play. 10, they got James Worthy. Worthy, he's a sports analyst and host and former basketball player. Worthy spent his entire career with the Lakers in the National Basketball Association. Worthy was a three-time NBA champion and two-time All-NBA team member, a seven-time NBA All-Star, and NBA Finals MVP in '88. Both 50 and 75th anniversary teams for the both included him. Kevin McHale, that age, Kevin McHale. I know everybody big on Jokic and everything like that. Jokic didn't have to go against these kind of dudes on every single night. We know the game has changed. But when we try to tell these youngsters about these, man, I'll tell you, McHale, I think he led the power forward, if I ain't mistaken, on top of my head, I think he led the power forwards and scored in the '80s. I know Alice English. I should know it by heart. I just need to. I know Alice English led all small forwards in scoring in the '80s. People don't know about Alice English, Denver Nugget. It ain't just Jokic. I know Jokic got him a championship, but all these teams. When I hear, because I ain't hearing nobody here that have be making content this summer. Me, I just been on a mission, working a lot, but there ain't been really a lot of NBA talk. To me, that's not even worth even talking about. I don't even understand why NBA today is still playing. Whatever, but you know, it's just what it is. That's why I ain't been trying to come out here and come out and say anything. In the summer I chill. I take my break, everything like that, and we go from there. Then when it's come college basketball time, I'm ready. You know. Hold on just a second. Okay, hold on just a second. And it's done. Yep. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's what I need. I got it. I'm gonna have to talk to my homie behind the scenes. But anyway, hit the like button, man. We just going over the players from the '80s, and then once I get finished reading off, then I'm gonna read off all the champions from the '80s, and we gonna go from there. And we're only talking about the '80s, all right? We're only talking about the '80s. All right. Anyway, I have to take care of some very important business, and it's done. All right. Then okay, where we stopped at? We stopped at Kevin McHale, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is a former basketball player who most recently coached the men's basketball team at Georgetown. He spent the majority of his career as a starting center for the New York Knicks. Before finishing his career with brief stints with the Supersonics and the Magic, Ewing is recognized as one of the best centers of all time, having played a key role in New York Knicks' success in the 90s. 13, they ranked Clyde Drexler. Former NBA player, Clyde Drexler spent the majority of his career with the Portland Trail Blazers before concluding with the Rockets during his 15th season of professional basketball. He was selected to the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary team, and he was a 10-time All-Star. Drexler was a member of the 92 Olympic squad known as the Dream Team and won a gold medal. He also won the NBA championship with the Rockets in 95. 14, the mailman, Karl Malone. That's one of the best forwards in NBA history. This is the 80s, y'all. So, so a lot of these players you're going to hear again when we talk about the 90s. But anyway, we're talking about the 80s. We ain't done with the 80s. We still keeping these players and names alive. Real basketball heads, not just taking a dump on these players in the past. And then I've been saying this too for a long time. This is what they like to do. They analytics and all this stuff, and they want to sit there and project and all this other stuff on what this player could be. But when y'all do that, y'all tend to forget one key aspect of it. Them players back then, they was there. They was there. They was gonna play. The only way they wasn't gonna play if they knew they couldn't do it. But if they hit that locker room, they're gonna be there. But anyway, we almost finished. Charles Barkley. We all know about Barkley. 60 seasons with 3 different teams. Although he was smaller than average power forward, he made up for it with muscle and aggression to become the NBA best rebounder. He was skilled with the capacity to make plays, score goals, and defend. Barkley won 1993 Most Valuable Player Award in addition to being an 11-time All-Star and 11-time member of the NBA team. He was selected to the 50th and 75th anniversary team. 16, Robert Parrish, the Chief, played 21 seasons. A retired basketball player, is tied for the second place all time in the league record books. His 1,611 games played in his career set an NBA record. Parrish excelled at late game rebounding, high arching jump shots, and excellent defense. He joined star forward Larry Bird, Kevin McHale on the Boston Celtics, and former guard one of the best front courts in NBA history. Throughout 7 seasons in the 1980s, they won 3 titles to play the NBA Finals. Later, he played for the Charlotte Hornets for 2 more seasons and the Bulls for 1 more. The latter, which you saw him help the Bulls win the 1996-97 at the age of 43, becoming the oldest player to win a championship. 17, they got Scottie Pippen, former basketball player, spent 17 seasons in the league. He played in the Chicago Bulls, won 6 titles, was guarded great small forwards, worked close with Michael Jordan to elevate the Bulls to championship status and spread culture internationally in the 1980s and 90s, which are facts. 8 times in a row, Pippen was selected to the NBA All-Defensive Team and 3 times for the All-NBA First Team. He played in the NBA All-Star Game 7 times and was the All-Star MVP in 94. Another player that don't get enough credit, Adrian Dantley, former basketball player. The next 2 players, man, because I watched Adrian Dantley growing up. I remember my twin brother used to imitate him, how he used to shoot his free throws. Adrian Dantley, man, he was a beast. He spent 15 seasons, 6-time All-Star. Dantley has been selected to the NBA All-NBA team twice and won the NBA scoring title twice. At the time of his retirement, Dantley was 9th all-time on the scoring list. In 2008, he was elected to the Naismith Hall of Fame. Alice English, another Denver Nugget. That everybody, you Nuggets fans, y'all just don't know. But anyway, in the second round of '76 National Basketball Association draft, the Denver Nuggets selected Alice English. She played for the Nuggets '79 and 1989, and during that time, the team made the NBA playoffs 9 times in a row. Who won two Midwest Division championships and advanced to the 1985 Western Conference Finals. When they lost to the Lakers. Ingles had a 15-year career with four different clubs, averaging 21.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds. In the 1980s, Ingles had the highest point total of any player. He made the All NBA second team 3 times and was selected to the 8 All NBA All Star teams. In the 1982-83 season, Ingles had the most points scored, 20. I used to watch him growing up. Sidney Moncrief, former basketball player Sidney Moncrief, spent 10 seasons with Milwaukee Bucks. During his 11 seasons, he won his first two NBA Defensive Player of the Year awards in '83 and '84 and was a 5-time NBA All-Star. 2019 saw him inducted to the Naismith Hall of Fame. 21, another player that people sleep on, that people forget about, Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings, retired basketball player, who spent 18 years in the league. Cummings was named Rookie of the Year, a 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA pick, and a key member of multiple postseason teams while in Milwaukee and in San Antonio. 22, Bill Laimbeer, majority of career, he played with the Pistons, helping the Pistons win back-to-back in domination of in the middle of the 80s. Laimbeer was capable of shooting and rebounding, who gained notoriety for his rough style and for his consistently committing harsh fouls that were frequently flagrant. Laimbeer played a key role in the Pistons' back-to-back championship victories in '89 and '90. He is a 4-time NBA All-Star. Another player that was a beast, Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire is a former NBA basketball player who was selected by the Dallas Mavericks as the first overall choice in '81 draft. McGwire was an NBA player from 1981 to '94, winning two championships with Detroit Pistons after being moved from Dallas in exchange for Adrian Dantley. McGwire was a 3-time All-Star for the Dallas Mavericks. He was also the first Mexican American to win an NBA championship. 24, Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars is a retired basketball player in 1985 to '99 offense. He could play shooting guard or point guard and was an excellent defender. He was a member of the Detroit Pistons for his whole 14-year career. Dumars and Isaiah Thomas formed one of the best backcourt histories in the late '80s and early 1990s. He won 2 NBA titles, one in '89 and one in 1990. The Houston Rocket great, Otis Thorpe. We had 25, former NBA player Otis Thorpe represented several clubs during his career as a professional player. He was a 1992 NBA All-Star and helped the Houston Rockets win the title in 1994. Number 26, I watched him growing up too, and he played at K-State. Rolando Blackman. 4-time NBA All-Star Rolando Blackman played professionally for several years as a basketball player for the Dallas Mavericks. His career lasted 16 years from 1981 to 1997. 27, Larry Nance, 4-time All-Star. No, we're going Larry Nance, former basketball player. Larry Nance spent 13 seasons, 81 to 94, with the Suns of the Cavaliers. He was selected an NBA All-Star 3 times. 28 is Fat Lever, former basketball player. Lafayette Fat Lever competed in the National Basketball Association, former Nugget. He worked as a Sacramento Kings Director of Player Development and a color analyst for the Kings radio broadcast. He's a 2-time NBA All-Star once in 1988 and 1990. A lot of people don't know about this guy too, Jack Sikma. He's ranked 29. Former basketball player, Saber played for the Supersonics, a seven-time NBA All-Star. He was selected by the Supersonics with the eighth overall pick in the first round of the 77 draft. He and the Seattle won the title in 79. Sigmund later played in Milwaukee Bucks to the end of his playing career. He played he made the playoffs 11 times in his 13th career and it typically made a name for himself as a center who shot accurately. Jack Sigmund was a beast, man. And one of my favorite players, defenders of all time, who also went to Arkansas. Shaq punched him. He wasn't afraid of nobody. Played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Allen Robinson. Former basketball player Allen Robinson competed in the National Basketball Association from 84 to 93 and again from 95 to 96 with a career average of 2.71 steals per game. Robinson holds the record for the most steals per game. He also the only player to ever record a season with 300 or more steals, which he did in the 1985-86. He is also the only guard in NBA history to record a quadruple double. And shout out to Alvin Robinson, man, because he went to prison for something that he didn't even do, and got out, But shout out to Alvin Robinson, man. But anyway, I'm gonna drop the link for everybody, man, so we can chop up about the 80s, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Oh yeah, before we do that, we're gonna do the NBA champions from the 80s. All right. All right. 79. 79. Well, 80. Well, we're gonna just if you're doing 79, 79 of the Supersonics and the Bullets. That's who played in the finals. 1980, it was uh, the Lakers and the 76ers. 81 was Celtics and Rockets. 82 was Lakers and 76ers. 83 was the Sixers and Lakers. So they played back to back years against each other. Uh, 84, 85. 84 was Celtics and Lakers. 85 was Lakers Celtics. 86 Boston Rockets. 87 was Lakers Celtics. 88 was Lakers Pistons. 89 was Pistons Lakers. Y'all hit that like button, man. We just sitting here talking about the 80s. That's what we're talking about. And then we're talking about the 80s. Salute to Real LT, man. Salute to everybody, man. We just gonna talk about the 80s. We're gonna let everybody up. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day. And shout out to that article too that I just read. Right? I don't get into ranking what the list of the players that he had. I had no arguments in that. Yeah, we're talking about the 80s. Yo,
What up, TP?
what happening?
Oh man, everything is everything right now. I've been going to the post office every day, trying to see what's what, and they keep giving me the same answer over and over and over again. So I'm just waiting. I'm just patiently waiting.
Yeah, yeah, well, I understand that. I understand that because there's been, I wrote letters and sent packages out. You know what I'm saying? That day, you know what I'm saying? And everybody questioning me. It's like, man, like I sent it, bro. Like y'all know I don't play around like that. When I say I did something, I did it. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever pressure me. It's just how it is everywhere, bro. Yeah, we just talking about the 80s. I want to talk to y'all behind the scenes though. You know what I'm saying? Got some closure, got an end date. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna go from there. But anyway, um, yeah, we just talking about the 80s, man.
Oh well, that was obviously it was my birth year. 81. I have a lot of great memories about movies, music, food, cartoons, video games. I didn't get my Nintendo until '86, so the '80s are halfway over by then. But I enjoyed everything about the '80s, man. Childhood memories. I think shit buffets were better.
Mm-hmm.
They had this thing
TV
called
show.
Ponderosa.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, Ron Tom.
They called it Ponderosa. Had the best chicken wing buffet. Oh my God.
It's
Shoney.
funny. It's funny you say that because they just like the last 5 years they got rid of all the Ponderosas in Missouri, and the one that they got rid of was down the street from my old house. And Ron, time when I tell you that I was on a first name basis with every employee there because I used to always go in and get that 24 pack of those damn those wings. You can get it either spicy or you can get it mild. And I always used to get it spicy. But man, when they closed that down, the only reason why I really didn't cry that much is because they put a Chick-fil-A there. But it did hurt me that they got rid of all the Ponderosas. They got rid of all the Bonanzas, the old country, the original old country buffets before it
That's
became
a fact.
hometown. Fucking Shoney's, as T Price was saying, best breakfast. There's
Breakfast
this thing called,
smorgasbord.
and I know you appreciate this, T Price, but you remember the Heritage House,
Yeah.
the best before Old Country Buffet hit Missouri and Kansas City area. The Heritage House was the staple of the best buffet. Every time you came in there, no matter if it was lunch or dinner, if you ordered the buffet, you got a steak, and it was a nice sized steak, baked potato to go along with your damn, and it was included in the buffet. So it wasn't like you buy the damn steak, then buy the buffet. It was included in the buffet. And I can't tell you how many times like my dad get off work on Saturday when we was living in Jeff City, Missouri, the capital of Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get off.
You don't
We'll
even know
take
that.
that.
You don't even know that.
Uh,
People really like you will never think Jefferson City would be the capital of Missouri if you never lived there. You'll never think it. You people are mad to think it's St. Louis.
That's
right.
what people in New York think New York is the capital and don't realize Albany is actually the capital.
Mm-hmm.
He used to take the 30-minute drive, and this is before the highways was broken up, or you have a 3 lane. It was just a 2 lane, one way going one direction, one way going another direction. You had to wait to turn or to wait to pass. We used to take that 30-mile trip to Heritage House in Columbia, Missouri, and it was worth every bit of the wait. We used to literally stuff ourselves, throw up, and then go back for round two. And then they has to have the candy shop on the way out of the dam. You enter in through the double doors, but you had to leave through the candy shop. And you already know, y'all remember penny candy, 5 cent candy, brown bags, filling it up. We just ate our body weight in food, and tried to put ice cream on top of it. And now here we are trying to get some candy, man. Look, you can say whatever you want about the years that you lived in, and that's fine. But for me, the 80s and the 90s were the best for me.
Yeah, for me it was the
Hey, yo,
80s, the 90s, and early 2000s.
I remember the diner TJ Big Boys.
Now you just
That
now you fighting you're not fighting fair Ron time.
man, that's the first place I remember that I actually had this because they had the smash burgers and like man couldn't nothing fuck with TJ's. Like I used to get mad when because I was one of them little spoiled little kids with my mom. She was one of them types. She what y'all want to eat? What y'all want to eat? And she, I'm not driving all the way to Pittsburgh for no damn TJ Big Boy. Man, fuck, Mom.
Pittsburgh, straight Pittsburgh, dude. I drove to Pittsburgh from
No,
St. Louis just
it
for
was it's a suburb. It's a suburb in our city called Pittsburgh. And she
Pittsburgh.
used to
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, she was like, I'm not driving out to Pittsburgh for no damn TJ Big Boys. I used to be like, well, man, you suck then. You suck. You completely suck right now. We can't go get TJ Big Boy. I don't want to talk.
Oh yeah, Blockbuster. Shout out to the homie in the comments. Yeah, Blockbuster was legendary.
Hollywood Video.
Hollywood Video. Yep.
Look, I cut my teeth on Blockbuster when they put Blockbuster on in Ferguson. That was the first Blockbuster down the street from where a lot of the riots happened in 2014. But in that area, they had the gigantic. It was like the first one they built from the ground up. They put it on the end cap of National Grocery Store, and then you had uh, Crown Shoes across the street, and Walgreens, and then they had the Blockbuster. That Blockbuster used to stay packed. Everybody wanted, what I'm saying, VHS. This is back in
Godfathers.
the right. This
Godfather's
back.
Pizza Hut.
Oh man, look. The last Godfather's pizzeria I went to was in Springfield, Illinois. And I remember, and you want to know the reason why I went there, T Price, y'all gonna laugh at me. Because I saw it on Rambo First Blood when he was on the dirt bike. He went past a Godfather's Pizzeria, so I never seen it except on the movie. So then when I went to Springfield, Illinois, I was like, damn, this is God. I had to go there. Let me tell you something.
Godfather's Pizza is the best pizza I ever had in my life, bro.
Look, that and the original Panteras was some of the best pizza. We pizza
And
heads
original
in my opinion.
Bigfoot. And original
Uh,
Bigfoot pizza from
T
Pizza Hut
Price,
was bomb too.
T Price, don't let me get on the train to come up there to fucking Oregon. Stop it.
Mm.
The damn
When it
commercial.
first when
Bigfoot!
it first came out, it was, and even when Pizza Hut came out with the calzones too, man, they the one, but then everybody else just made them just like, dude, they don't. I haven't seen a Pizza Hut since I've been here, bro. I've been in Oregon 8 years. I have not seen. Um, I have not gone on 9. I have not seen a Pizza Hut since I've been here. None.
Yo, that's crazy because I just watched a story about Pizza Hut and it was a Midwest business that went to the East Coast and they didn't really spread to the West Coast. They started off in the Midwest. Matter of fact, Pizza Hut started off in Kansas.
Yeah, we sure did.
I know. I just watched the
You
Foods
about the
That Made America
documentary?
documentary. Yeah, I just watched
Yeah.
it. I thought, oh wow, Pizza Hut was a Midwest thing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't
It
start
was.
going west till later in the years, but they went from Midwest to the East.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Like he said, TV shows. Our TV shows is way better, y'all.
Well,
Like
the
think
'80s,
about it.
man, we had the Jeffersons, we had 227, we had everything, bro. We seen
The
everything.
Cosby Show, Different
Show, Different
World.
World, yeah, we seen
Family
it all.
Matters. Full
Family
House,
Matters, Full
Sweet
House, right?
Fellas,
Hey,
Martin.
yo,
What's up, man?
What
I'm
up, big
about to
dog?
hurt y'all. I'm about to hurt y'all soul with this one. I don't know if too many of y'all used to watch this one, but it was kind of tied into the Jeffersons, and me and my granddad used to watch it. All in the Family. My man Archie
Yeah,
Bunker.
yeah. Archie Bunker,
Hell yeah,
yeah,
we watched that shit, bro.
yeah.
And,
My mom
and
and
I'm gonna
dad,
tell
we
you
used to watch that.
the
Yes.
greatest father in American TV history,
Good
Al
time.
Bundy.
Al
Oh
Bundy,
man, yeah, Married
Married
with
with
Children.
Children. Married
Yeah,
with
Al
Children,
Bundy was
yeah.
hey yo,
his
like
wife was kind
yo,
of thick, bro, back in the day. All that
yeah, yo, Max, you crazy. Hey yo, but bro, I swear to God, I be watching old episodes of Married with Children.
yeah.
Yo, he would be so canceled if Ed O'Neill was doing because he was against the gays and he
Yep,
Oh,
was
for
with
sure
sure.
that
was.
men being men thing. So they couldn't even air Married with Children nowadays, yo.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Fun
He was so
fun fact.
politically incorrect.
Fun fact. Ed O'Neill actually is married to a black woman.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact too. Hey, who's your favorite teams in the what was your favorite growing up in the 80s? Like which finals that to y'all that y'all like the most? To me, man, because I can remember from 84 on, personally.
The
When I
87
began
one.
the
Mine
87.
was the 87 finals.
The one that's the one which is that the one with which one it was when Magic shot that sky hook?
That was 87.
87.
No, that was
Yep, that was my
87.
favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite one too. that was my
87.
I'm gonna go with 84 or 87, either one. But I think 87 probably edges out. Yeah.
84
84
was
was
a good
good.
Well,
one too, man.
84 was.
now I'm gonna my parents are Laker fans. I grew up with the Lakers. My parents moved to California to get married. So anything Lakers, that's how I came up on basketball. Now, help me to remember which one was the finals where they had the shit, what was that? We Are the World at the halftime. What year was that?
We Are the World.
Yeah, they sung We Are the World.
We Are the
They
World came out in
telecast.
what about 84, 85, somewhere in there? 86, 87 ish.
They
Let me look
probably
it up.
did it while it was at the top of the charts.
Yeah. So that's the finals I remember we the very first finals I remember we sitting around as a family watching the Lakers. It probably was Lakers in Boston. I'm not sure, but that's one that I remember because
Yep,
it
it
was
came
like
out
a
in
family
85.
event.
It came out in
Okay.
85. Man, I
Because
remember it just like that. I remember that. I
I'm
remember the
trying to think
video.
because
Ray Charles was singing this behind off.
Philly wanted an 83, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Philly won in '83.
Three. Yep.
Was it
I just
Boston? Was Boston?
It had to be Boston, LA, because I
Not.
know.
You got to remember, Magic went to 9 finals in 12 years. So he came
I
in at
got it right here. I got it right here. 79, or we going 80. 80, the champion was the Lakers. 81, Celtics. 82, Lakers. 83, Sixers. 84, Celtics. 85, Lakers. 86, Celtics. That 86 team, but they was man, that was not yeah. For
that's
y'all,
what
for people that
whatever
really like
assembled.
basketball, y'all got to really go back and watch. But for some of y'all new generation, y'all so infatuated with the 3-point line and all this other stuff, man. Back then, boy, it's like I was mentioning earlier, man. They always want to talk about the players in the past. Them players was available, man. They was
That was the,
available to play. They
bro.
was
That was the best
available. No
front court
excuses,
ever
no
assembled.
nothing.
That was the best front court ever assembled, bro. Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and Larry
Yeah,
Bird.
I agree with that too. That right there. And then 87 was the Lakers, 88 Lakers, 89 Detroit Pistons.
Detroit, 90
You know,
Detroit,
yeah,
91
we're gonna talk
Chicago.
about the 90s. We're gonna talk about the
Yep,
90s next week.
yeah. Now I was just figuring out the champions. Yep, yep.
Yeah, we going by the champion. Hey,
We
hey, y'all
87
remember?
when Detroit
Did
went
y'all
back to back.
did y'all hear me when I read the list off of the players from the hold on, let me see if I still I didn't close it, did I? I closed it. Hold on, I gotta find out what I Go back in my history, see what I did. Because I read off okay, they ranked the players of the 80s, and this was back in April 29th, 2023. They got Magic at 1. They got Bird at 2. They got Kareem at 3. They got MJ at 4. They got Isaiah Lord Thomas 5. Julius Irving at 6. 7, Dominique Wilkins. 8, Hakeem Olajuwon. 9, Moses Malone. 10, James Dayar Worthy. Kevin McHale, 11. Patrick Ewing, 12. Drexler is 13. 14 is Carl Mailman Malone. 15, Charles Barkley. 16, Robert Parrish. 17, Scottie Pippen. 18, Adrian Dantley. 19, Alice English. 20, Sidney Moncrief. Terry Cummings, 21. Bill Laimbeer, 22. Mark Aguirre, 23. Joe Dumars, 24. And Otis Thorpe is 25. Rolando Blackman is 26. Larry Nance, 27. Fat Lever, he was a beast, 28. Jack Sigma, another white boy that people forget about. And number 30 is Alvin Robinson.
That's only one gripe. It's two gripes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see how they got Michael Jordan rated higher than Isaiah Thomas in the 80s, and Isaiah Thomas was a back-to-back champion in the 80s. Mike didn't win one in the 80s, so I would say Mike swap out with Isaiah because I just think that, like, he won it. And who you said 10 and 11 was, bro? Go from like 9, 10, and 11. Go from 9, 10. There was somebody else in there.
They got Moses Malone at 9. 10, James Worthy. 11, Kevin McHale.
Oh, that's another thing. I know what I was thinking about.
12.
No way I have James Worthy ranked higher than Patrick Ewing. I mean, I get it because of the titles, but you got to think about it. James Worthy was a third option with the titles, and Patrick Ewing was the number one option in New York from start to finish.
Yeah, he was.
I have a rebuttal, Uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas didn't win back-to-back championships. He went to back-to-back championships in the 80s. He only won in 89. 90s, the start of the 90s. So,
well, okay. All right. I'm just saying, yeah.
But I get your sentiment, but I have a problem with Scottie Pippen being 18.
You got to think about it. You're talking about the 80s.
Yes, Pippen wasn't shit until the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know how he ended up number 18 in the 80s either. Like, well, now if you talk about 90s, we talking maybe top 10, 5 easily. You feel me?
He was drafted in 87. It took him until the 91 season to become an all-star. So what did he do in the 80s? I'm just saying.
He was a role player. But Ronton, I'm glad that you mentioned Patrick because Ewing was arguably the best center from 88 to 90, 91. People forget how dominant he was. He didn't have the success, but he was giving you damn near 28 and 10 a game. And so I think Patrick kind of gets overlooked in the late 80s. Is that fair?
That's very fair,
right.
Man.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, nah, him over Patrick Ewing? Like,
yeah, he's not better. James Worthy ain't better than Patrick Ewing, bro. But
yeah,
I think the Finals MVP, him being on the Showtime Lakers, some of that played a role.
But
individual player, come on, bro. Patrick was dominant.
Patrick was a beast, bro. He wasn't. Yeah, man. Patrick was a beast, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, because I was watching him growing. Like I said, I was born in the late '70s, so I saw him when he played in the league. Man, I can remember my dad talking about. My dad used to love watching Georgetown. He used to say, "Patrick Ewing,
squad, my squad, T. Price."
I know that's your squad. I used to root for Georgetown growing up too, man. Like, cause Georgetown has some dudes who came up there, and then they even shout out to Alvin Robinson, man. A lot of people don't know, man. That man's Alvin Robinson to me is one of the best on-ball defenders that I ever seen. That's from a guard, from ever. I don't care from
How
any
many
era.
how many years he played with Milwaukee?
Hold on, they got him down here. Hold up, let me go to. A lot of people don't. Did anybody ever seen his story? You know, he went to prison for something he didn't do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say that. Um, his career actually got cut short.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. But
And I
anyway,
think he just got out. I think he literally
yep,
just got out in, I want to say, 2023.
yeah. He literally just got out. Yeah, hey. The reason why I know so much about like Allen, I'm about to say Allen Iverson, Allen Robinson is, because he, like I said, like a lot of people always say, man, how you have this dude so. I'm like, dude, you didn't watch this guy play, and his career got cut short because of this situation, and he just got out recently. You know what I'm saying? So, but he still got records that no other player has gotten. Y'all want me to tell y'all what it is?
What's that?
Steals in the
Hold
game.
on. No, no, no. Hold on. 'Cause he's the very last person on here. I'm just gonna read what he said about him. Former professional basketball player Alvin Robinson competed in the Basketball Association from '84 to '93, and again from '95 to '96, with career averages of 2.71 steals per game. Robinson holds the record for the most steals per game. He's also the only player to have ever recorded a season with 300 or more steals, which he did in the 85-86 season. He's also the only guard in NBA history to record a quadruple double.
Damn.
Usually the quadruple doubles are for the big men because of blocks,
Yes.
But he got a triple double and then threw 10 steals on top of that too.
hmm Hey, with his ball pressure, his the defense, boy, and it was. Hey, a lot of people don't know this. Shaq stole on him. Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Stack stole. I'm like, man, Shaq, man. I was like, what is wrong with Shaq, man? He stole over my boy, man.
Yeah.
Al Robinson was a beast, though. I still give him credit, though, man. Giving his flowers, though, man. 'Cause a lot of people just don't know, man. That's like my channel exists because we don't take dumps on legends, man. We uplift them, man. That's something that the NBA do. They do way too much of this. It's like I heard a conversation that they were saying, and we're gonna get back to the '80s.
Hey
So
yo, you notice something though, T Price?
what's that?
Every other professional sports league respect their elders. Their players respect that. The young boys in football always talk about the OGs before them. Baseball, they talk about it. You feel me? Everybody respect their older players except for the NBA, bro.
Yeah, I've been saying that NBA the only league that I know that take dumps on legends. Look at tennis. Tennis, you a legend, you loyalty.
Come
You
on, look
know,
at that. Serena just got a wild card admittance to the U.S. Open, bro, and she
right?
45. They just gave her
No,
a wild man. Go ahead, you
wow,
going in as a wild card.
yeah,
So every other professional sporting league that I know, they like their players. They all pay homage to the niggas that came before them,
yeah,
or
yeah,
the white boys that came before them, or the Spanish boys that came before them. You feel me? They
yeah.
pay homage to them. I mean, I get it. It's always going to be somebody you don't like, but for the most part, they pay homage to their OGs. Not in
No,
the
that's what.
NBA. Not in the
Mm-mm,
NBA.
mm-mm. It didn't used to be like that, Ron Town, and I've been saying this forever. And a lot of people don't understand. I was saying it on Ticket Channel when we used to have all that. I ain't even saying it on my channel for all these years. Basketball is the only sport that I ever seen. It's the only sport I ever seen that you got to that they take a dump on their legends just to uplift somebody. And to me, it's disingenuous because you don't have to do that because whatever they body work is a body of work. But at the same time, I blame the NBA, the media for not keeping the standards up. We just got to understand that. This is just how I see it. They have straight, as Mons used to say this all the time too. The NBA has straight lowered the bar. The media straight lowered the bar. They give the players all the smoke, and then when it comes to one particular person, he got more excuses booked in the itchy sketchbook.
Yeah, they crazy for that.
It's just what it is, man. But I can remember Alice English. I can remember them old school Denver Nuggets. I lived in the Midwest, and I remember watching the Nuggets play on Denver Fox Sports Net. Growing up as a kid and watching, and then watching them, and then eventually, watching Alice English. I remember watching Fat Lever. I remember watching Antonio McDyess, the Kimbe Mutombo. Eventually in the '90s, going into Mahmoud Adu and Reggie Williams, who went to Georgetown. A lot of people don't know
Brian
about Reggie
Stiff,
Williams. Brian Stiff.
Robert
Oh yeah,
Pack.
yeah. Robert Stiff went to Virginia. Yeah, Robert Pack. Robert Pack would dunk on you. He was a short dude, but he had some hops.
Yeah, Pac-Man was tough.
I remember all them. It's like when I be hearing them dudes talk on TikTok about the old school players. It's just like it's no kind of respect whatsoever. It's not, and I can't fault them. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing what they do, what mainstream media do. It's all about who they like. And head to head matchups only. I love when people always want to say head to head. They use that into their advantage. But then when you basically you play the games to win championships, y'all. And I felt like Patrick Ewing best chance to win a championship was the year that he got hurt.
Nah, I
Yeah,
disagree. I disagree.
Their
you didn't
best
I
think he
chance
was
to
going to
disagree.
win
win
the
that year?
championship was in '94.
All Pat had to do was turn that bitch over and dunk it, T Price. He missed the
I'm talking
finger
about
roll.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the year he got hurt.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
That's the
I'm
one
just
that
saying
they
'99.
missed. Yeah, I thought that year. I ain't talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about. I know the. Hey, I couldn't
that was
believe
his
it.
tip in '94.
Ron, I could not believe he missed that, bro. I remember watching it like it was yesterday. I was like, why did you not dunk it? I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, why you didn't dunk it, Pat? I was sitting there saying it to myself, man. My dad was like, man, Pat. My dad used to love Patrick Ewing. My dad grew up watching, he just loved Georgetown.
You want
That's
to
how I
know
knew about.
something?
Go
I
ahead.
feel this way about Patrick Ewing, one of the great centers of the '90s, and arguably one of the greatest centers of all time. But Patrick Ewing's downfall is he always wanted to jump shoot when he should be taking people off the dribble. There should be no reason why a older Bill Cartwright should be able to lock you down because you want to take jump shots. There should be no reason why in a game 6 where you have a bad shooting game where you could have closed everything out to the point to where Pat Riley has to rely on a streaky shooter named John Starks. And no matter how much I love John Starks, that game should have started and began and ended with Patrick Ewing, but he kept taking jump shots and was too afraid to take Akeem off the dribble. But you saw
Nah,
how Akeem was not afraid to take Ewing off the dribble.
but I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you. People wonder why Pat turned into a jump shooter. Yeah, I forgot Pat had bad knees. You feel me? Pat ended up with them bad knees. That's why he used to wear them two braces on his knees, and a lot of that came from the defensive intensity he played with because he is one of the greatest defensive centers to ever play the game. You feel me? And if you remember coming out of Georgetown, all that Pat Ewing didn't have much of an offensive game. He was more of the best defender, and he was just bigger and stronger than everybody in college. He didn't have much of an offensive game. So by the time he developed that baseline jumper, that was because Pat's body was breaking down on him. You feel me? He started looking old.
In '94,
Yeah, absolutely. You got to think about it. You got to think about it. What year Pat came in?
He came in the '80s.
'85,
Think about it. And that's
was he the
after.
year after
And that,
Jordan?
yeah, and that's after playing 4 years in college.
And going playing in the Final Four in all 4 years.
Yeah, like you got to think about it. But when Pat got to the league, he was 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time he 10 years into the league, he 32, 33 as a 7-footer, 275 pounds.
I just feel I agree with everything you're saying. Okay, the wear and tear on Patrick Ewing is not like the wear and tear on any other center. I get all that. I just feel watching that '94 finals, aka the OJ Chase finals. I just feel like I thought Patrick let Akeem off the hook, and Akeem took advantage of him.
Yeah, but in fairness, I also thought in '94 and '95, Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player in the world, hands down.
Can I chime in, fellas, on this topic?
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
ahead.
Yeah, Patrick.
Those Knicks are lucky to be on finals that year, man, because they got away with murder against my Bulls. Man, fuck that.
You know,
Luke he's talking about the Hubert Davis call.
Hubert Davis call.
Yeah. You know what? That's a fair take, Lemon Pepper Lou. But yeah, Patrick was breaking down. Yeah, his knees were. Remember, Patrick used to wear those big knee braces earlier, and so he was slow. Like he wasn't a quick center like that, like moving lateral. And so you're right. He settled for a lot of face-up jump shots, which he can make. But Patrick could have used his size and strength a lot more. But his body was breaking down, and when he faced Hakeem Olajuwon, Martaven, I agree with Ron Tom, bro. Like Hakeem was just too quick, too skilled, and he could do nothing with him. And so it was just a bad matchup for me. But I think if this was 88, 89 Patrick, who had his legs underneath him, maybe Houston still wins. But I don't think the gap is that wide, if that makes sense.
Hey, yo, think about it, Mass. All you got to do is go back to the NCAA championship game and watch how they played against each other.
Oh, Houston and Georgetown?
And Georgetown, yeah.
For sure.
But I feel like this. Y'all make valid points. But let's not sit up here and act like Houston won 4-1. They won in Game 7, and it was close the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until the fourth quarter.
But think about this, right, though, Martavius? Think about this, nephew. He did that to Pat in '94, and then he turned around and did that to Shaq in '95, bro. Like, yo,
I think even though Patrick Ewing was slowly breaking down, I think Patrick Ewing was a better center than Shaq. Period.
You know what's funny, though?
Go ahead.
What's funny is I just looked this up, and I gotta be honest, Ronton. Like Patrick gave you 18-12 with 4 blocks. I mean, he didn't play bad. It's just is Hakeem that good? You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
and you gotta think about it. And that 18 usually like 26, 28, like you said. You feel me?
Yeah.
But 18, 12, and 4 blocks.
My understanding was they blamed John Stark for them losing that championship that year. They blame him for not.
Yeah, they did.
I can't put on Stark because he's not the best.
But I gotta use Mass's talking points. You always say, time, last 5 minutes in the game, and clutch time. Patrick was making some bonehead plays in winnable games.
Yep, lots of turnovers, bonehead plays. He's right, bro. And needs to show up.
Spin it into the defense, because what they would do is they would throw Otis Thorpe at him to guard him, and then when he does that 2-step drop step, they would send Hakeem over there to swat the shot. Instead of passing to the open player, he would try to take on 2 defenders and get his shot kicked into the ring.
Hey, but see, that's a double-edged sword, though, because that's the same shit that we say we criticize motherfuckers for not wanting to take the last shot, and then he's willing to live with it, like, yo, this on me.
But you gotta take high IQ last shots, Ron.
Yeah,
you can't just take shots. Be taking shots like where's the IQ at? Right, high level IQ shots and winning.
Hey, now listen. Now I'm about to play devil's advocate right now, right, Mass? It's been plays where LeBron James has made the exact right play, and everybody like, oh, this motherfucker should have shot it. So it's like a double-edged sword. You get what I'm saying?
I
Yes
can
and
cook
no,
that. I can cook
listen.
that right quick.
yeah.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
hold on,
because
hold on, hold on. Let me
I can cook
explain.
it too, but I want
Okay.
Martevin to do what he
Hold
does
on, let
best.
me explain. Like, no, now overall, we all know LeBron don't got the killer. We all know LeBron don't got the killer instinct. We all agree with that. He's not a killer,
Keep going.
right? But it's been situations, and I must be honest, where
Yeah,
he's made the right basketball play, and people like,
yeah.
oh man, he shouldn't have did that.
But is it the right play? Because I know what Martevin is probably going to say, and if he doesn't say it, I'm going to say it. But go ahead, Martevin.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the difference between LeBron James, the quote unquote right play, and what I'm talking about, Patrick Ewing, the play for Patrick Ewing was not um, going at a legendary shot blocker off the double
Yes,
team. It was the kick to the open shooter. LeBron James has the fucking matchup and still
correct.
passes not the matchup.
There you go.
Hey,
There you
hey,
go,
hey,
buddy. My guy.
hey, yo. Okay, now think about this right now. I agree with you. Now you Patrick Ewing, and the open shooter is John Starks, and this nigga ain't his shit.
Oh man, that part.
You feel me?
He's the only spacer on the team. I mean, you
I
can pass
mean,
somebody
No,
else,
no,
right?
no, no, no. Because the open shooter was at the foul line, Anthony Mason.
Right.
man, that
I'll
might be
take
just as bad.
Anthony.
He can shoot the
No,
mid-range
no,
shot
no.
back
The
then,
way,
Monton. Mason can make that shot. The little
Yeah,
left.
or
I
he
get
could
you.
go to
Make
the
that.
basket and he's an even better efficient passer down low.
Hey,
Right.
yo, listen.
John Starks is not the playmaker that Anthony Mason was, even though they're two
Listen,
positions. I trust
listen.
Anthony
Listen,
Mason to make the right play than John Starks.
listen. Listen. I agree. Listen. Anthony Mason had a nice little left hand mid range. You feel me?
After this, we're gonna talk about the '80s, man, because we in the
Listen,
'90s right now. We're gonna
hold
talk
on,
about the
All right,
best.
Anthony.
don't let him off the hook. Don't let him off the
I
hook.
ain't
He's
letting
on
him
the
off.
Listen,
ropes.
no. Anthony,
Y'all
listen.
finished.
Anthony Mason had a nice little mid range, right? John Starks, we all know, was streaky or whatever,
Right.
whatnot. I just don't know if Anthony Mason is the guy I want taking that clutch shot. You feel
I
me?
know
It's like,
because Anthony
like,
Mason has never been considered streaky. I don't want to give nobody streaky the chance to maybe miss a make. I've seen Anthony Mason knock down those free throw line jumpers. He may not have been a good free throw line shooter, but a free
Right.
throw line in rhythm in the game jumper, that's a
like,
higher percentage shot than a three pointer.
let me give you an example, nephew. Okay, Kobe shooting over a double team and Robert Ory standing right there. Kobe, I'm pissed at you. You feel me? Because we know Big Shot Bob is clutch and he can hit big. We gotta let him do his job. You feel me? Kobe Bryant taking a double tough shot to win the game. And I don't even want to say Luke Walton. Just say a dude like Luke Walton. I'm not touched. I'm going to take this myself. So in like different circumstances, now maybe had that been Allen Houston, a different time, and that was a player like Allen Houston, maybe Pat would have said, I'll give it up. I could live with Allen taking that shot. You feel me? I can't live with Mace taking that shot. I can't live with John Starks taking that shot. I feel like I got a better chance of making a shot down low, maybe getting a foul call.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
I know T Price wants to move on to the '80s, and just real quick, if you don't mind, T Price.
Y'all finished. Y'all good.
Bro, Patrick needs to be aware in the moment, right? It wasn't a high IQ play to spin into Hakeem Olajuwon. So
At
therefore, that dictates where you can go with the basketball. And so I'm getting on Patrick from the start of the play. The ball's in your hands. You can see the defense, right? Like you're faced up. Like go baseline. You don't spin. Listen, you do not go into the teeth of the defense, bro, especially when it's Hakeem Olajuwon. And so you brought up Kobe Bryant, bro. Patrick ain't Kobe Bryant, bro. Like I feel good about Kobe shooting over 4 guys rather than Patrick doing that nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And so
I get that. I get
come
that,
on,
and
man.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that, Mass. I agree with you. But I was just saying, like, how Kobe, like, we would be mad. Okay, like I said, Kobe, you should have get a shot to Rob. You feel me? Because as us Laker fans, we got trust in Rob. Kobe got trust in Rob. You feel me? Don't get at the Smush Parker. I'd rather you shoot that bitch over 5 people. You feel me? Don't get at the Smush
I
Parker.
understand what you're saying. I mean, I get it, bro.
But you're right. It wasn't a high IQ play by Patrick Ewing, so let's not let him off the hook.
That wasn't the only play that Martin was
I
talking
wanna
about. Like Hakeem.
I want to make a point and I love this type of dialogue. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Ron. The
Yes,
thing
sir.
about it is, Patrick Ewing already did his job if he's pulling the double team in. Your job as an offensive player is done now. Now find the open shooter. You have to be having your head down. What I saw from Patrick Ewing is he would let the defense off the hook because he will face up, take two bunny hops with his head down, and then as he's bringing his head up to shoot, Akeem and Otisthorpe is there. Even if I bring my head up to shoot and I see two players, I'm automatically looking for where's the open guy. Patrick Ewing, 9 times out of 10, didn't do that. He took the shot and either missed it, bricked it, which is a still miss, but a worse miss, or got it blocked. He rarely got fouled because the ref is not going to let you off the hook when you take it on a double team. They're just not. It's the finals. It's playoff, and it's also 90s basketball. So they were definitely going to let them play. Two big men in the, or actually three, we kind of ball handling and the two double team. Patrick had low IQ and clutch moments.
That's a
And that's
very fair
all I'm
assessment.
saying.
That's a fair assessment.
Love the man. He's one of my favorite centers, bar none. But guess who has even lower? Shaquille O'Neal. So I can't call him dominant if you're a piss poor free throw shooter, piss poor decision maker, piss poor defender, but you can score 30 a game, so you're the most dominant. That's not how domination works. Domination is on both ends, offense and defense. And I've never seen that out of Shaquille O'Neal. I've
Yeah.
seen it out of Patrick Ewing.
And last point too, to bolster Artemian's point. Do you know what Patrick Ewing shot from the field in those finals?
He was horrible, bro.
36% from the
He
field.
was horrible. Yeah, he was horrible, bro.
So that means that he's taking bad shots. He's
Hey,
not taking
that's a
good
fact.
shots.
Remember, Mass, that coincide with what you said.
Yeah.
The 18, 12, and 4, yeah, we'll take that from a starting center. But
Right.
Pat, your 18 is supposed to look like 26. But it all shows because you only shot 36% from the field.
That's a good point.
So when you break that down in a metric, and especially when you're trying to do a defensive game plan, that means for every 11 shots, Patrick's only hitting 4. I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I'll take that too if I'm a defender.
But he helped the defense by bad shot selection. Now, we bitch and moan about LeBron James and say, hey, he was taking some horrible shots. That he was. But the difference between LeBron James' 36% and Patrick Ewing's 36%, Patrick Ewing was closer to the basket. He was in his wheelhouse.
Hey, yo, think about it. It's one play that sums up that whole series. The fucking infamous finger roll.
The one we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, that was against the Pacers.
Yeah, that's versus Pacers. Like in the 90s, right?
Yeah, that was. But listen, that happened
I'm
against.
sorry, but as a Bulls fan, I couldn't stop laughing at the Knicks' pain.
That happened against Houston in the championship too.
Mm-hmm. It did.
Yeah, I think Patrick was rushing versus Pacers, and he's right there. And I think we see it on TV and say you got to make that or possibly dunk it. But in the and again, this is not excusing it. I'm just being realistic here.
Yeah,
that's pressure.
Go ahead. Yeah,
and I just think that Patrick. I just think that it looks like a bunny because we call those bunnies.
Bunnies when you come up short, right?
Yeah, but it's just dunk the ball, bro. You a center.
Dunk it.
Yeah, you trying to be like all cute and shit.
Julius Garvin and shit. Trying to get you.
Bro.
And then you think about it.
That's it, T. Price.
Hey, yo, you think about it. He take that shot.
You got that long wingspan. You telling me your long arm couldn't dunk the ball? All you can do is
he could have dunked the ball. He said that, but like I said, if Patrick Ewing take that shot 10 times, he'll make that finger roll 7 out of 10 times.
Did you guys think that he thought he would be that wide open?
No, I think that's what might have confused him too. That's what scared him, man.
Yeah,
that's what threw him off.
Before he made the move to the rim, he was like looking around like surprised he was wide open like that. He said,
So,
Like
so can we get the shot? Can we give Pat Riley credit for that was the perfect play call. That was the perfect play call for the scenario for Patrick Ewing on the Knicks. And that game also said a lot about, or that series rather, said a lot about John Starks. Because remember, he missed two clutch free throws in New York.
Yeah, he did.
Think about
After
this.
Reggie hit those 2 threes. Yeah, he did.
Think about this, y'all. Let's look at it from a big eye
Knicks still
view
won that
and
series, though.
and a broader perspective, right? What the fuck you expect from a motherfucker that was bagging groceries before he started playing?
To make a shot, bro, because he had been in the league and he
I
had gone
get
through
that.
1,000 goals.
Listen, I get that, but overall, in hindsight, you feel me? They came and saved you. They came and got you. Like out of all places they could have went to go get somebody, they went and got John Starks. For some reason, New York had an infatuation with John Starks.
But
Well,
he
let
still
me
had
rebuttal
basketball
that.
acumen, though. He
Let,
still had
let,
basketball
let me
acumen.
No, he did.
let me rebuttal that.
John,
Let me
John
rebuttal
Starks
that.
could
I can say that if he wasn't an all star, he was an all star that year. So
Right.
what are we really saying? We don't expect much for all stars.
John
You
Starks
gotta make some
sucked, bro.
shots, Ron. Come on, bro.
Hey, yo, I agree with you, but then at the end of the day, like I talk about, I like at the end of the day, it's like, man, we talk about a dude that was bagging groceries at the beginning of the year. Do we
Man, a
really
lot of
expect him
guys
to
were
make
doing a
that?
lot of things, bro, before they started.
That like he wasn't even in the league. You were a reclamation project. You feel me? Like
I'm
it
from
ain't like
I'm from St. Louis. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries and came back and became the NFL MVP. So what are we
yeah,
saying?
Yeah,
yo, that's an actual fact. You feel me? And the sunshine on a
I
dog ass every
mean,
now and then. How many times you gonna hear that story in professional sports?
Leon Poe in Oakland was homeless with his mama in a car, and
But think
undefeated
about
in
it.
the finals with Boston. Come on,
Think
man.
about it. Think about it though. I'm not talking about nobody who was playing in the league and got kicked out or suspended or left the league because he had stuff going on. We talk about somebody who never made the league.
But he still had basketball
He
background.
did. He did absolutely. But I'm not putting my franchise in the faith of a nigga that was bagging groceries.
I don't think they did that. I think he was open. He took
He
some
got
He was
shots, and
fouled.
he
open.
didn't make
He was
shots.
open. He was
He was
open.
very
But
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
very
He missed.
short.
Listen, he didn't make shots. I mean, it's a
no
measureless league. It has
like
nothing.
okay. Let me look at it like this, Max. Let me show you how I'm looking at it.
All right.
Yeah, I went. There was no other two guard in the world that y'all could have went. Nobody was actively playing overseas. None of these foreign guys. Nobody like you guys went and got somebody that wasn't active at all and
So
put
let
him
me
on. And
rebut
listen,
that
and
then.
don't listen. And he got game. He
Right.
got a like John. He got game. But it's
Yeah.
just like, damn, y'all.
Let me
Like, was
rebut
that the
that real
only
quick.
option y'all had? Was that the only option y'all had?
It probably wasn't the only option, but looking back in hindsight, John had already gone through 5-game series with the Bulls. He had been through tough series with the Knicks already. He was being groomed under Derek Harper, and so again, and two, I'm not a Knicks fan, but John Starks had the intangibles. But he was feisty. He was gritty. He was hard nosed. Like he's the type of player that I want on my team, and so.
No, I
I
agree.
mean,
Listen, Master, you what you said right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just looking at it like I said in hindsight, man. Goddamn, the nigga who took who cost him the game, Nick Ward. They saying cost the game was a nigga
uh-huh.
who was bagging groceries at the beginning of the year.
But he had
That's y'all
already
fault.
faced MJ in those
Yeah.
epic Bulls and Knicks series, bro. So how much more experience would he have needed? Like he had it. He just
No,
didn't make the shot.
listen. He didn't make the shot. Like I didn't
Right.
say John didn't deserve to be there.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, in hindsight, when we look at it, like damn, nigga was bagging groceries at the beginning of the year. Like he overachieved. You feel me?
And as bad as those 7 or 8 threes he's missed, you know what's funny? If he would have just made at least 1 or 2 of those, bro, it may have went different. And listen, before old Price moves on, I'm okay with him taking all those shots, bro, because as a shooter, that's what you do.
You
You
have to
shoot.
shoot.
You shoot. It's okay.
Now, to be fair, the
I get
last
it, but
three he took got blocked by Olajuwon on a great rotation play. That block there was better than the chase down block because he faced him up, traced head movement, and blocked it straight up. But you got a defensive player
John
of the
Starks
year.
got he got one of the most iconic plays in NBA history, bro. Shout out
Dunking
to
with the
John
left
Stockton
hand.
over Jordan and Horace Grant, or with Jordan and
Oh,
Horace Grant in the picture. It with Jordan in the picture and Horace Grant up under the rim. Yeah, I get it.
well, it's Horace Grant with Jordan swiping at the last minute.
Yeah,
Let's,
that's what made
let's
it
just be
bad
fair.
for Mike.
yeah,
That's what made it bad for Mike. You feel me? You swiped at the last minute. John flushed that bitch.
But guess what? The sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again.
oh, here we
Every
go.
now and then, that's what my
Shoot.
man Billy Oil said.
Oh, that's what my man Ron just said. So, how
That,
many
that,
highlights in the playoffs of John Starks dunking on people versus how many highlights of Michael Jordan dunking on the Knicks?
Don't
right,
forget
I'll
that's
wait.
what I'm saying.
Don't forget Jordan came back, did that little move and ducked on Ewing and made the look stupid on that little move.
Hey, yo,
Right.
We're gonna go to the
hey, yo,
80s after this, y'all. We're gonna
let me
get
just
back to
say
the
this.
80s because
Hey,
this
yo,
is
Matt,
what I'm talking
you
about.
know what? I think that my assessment of John Starks, now you tell me if you agree with it.
Okay.
My assessment of John Starks was New York caught lightning in a bottle with him. You feel me? I
Yeah.
think they caught lightning in a bottle with him. For a dude that was not bad, and that's shout out to John Starks. You feel me? For you not to be active at all and for you to go get a starting spot in the NBA, that's tough. That's tough.
It,
So don't
it is.
like I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on John Starks. I'm just saying, damn, in hindsight, y'all, my man was bagging groceries at the beginning of the year. You feel me?
You feel the way you feel about John Starks, like I
Hold
feel
on.
about.
Why do you keep saying that
Uh,
for? Like he was bagging groceries the year of the finals.
No, I'm just saying the dude, I'm talking about the overall story, Mass. The overall story.
I
The
know, but
dude didn't
that's a
make the
mute point,
NBA.
bro. He had already faced MJ after bagging groceries, bro. So to me, that groceries like narrative, and again, this is just me. That's a mute point. Like, who cares at
No,
this point? Like, he's already gone through the
I'm
trench.
just saying, Mass. 30 NBA teams thought he wasn't good enough.
That's okay.
You feel me? And that's why I said New York caught lightning in the bottle. You don't hear me shit on him like, oh, he didn't
Yeah,
deserve
I
to
got
be
you,
there.
bro. I got you.
I'm not saying he didn't deserve to be there, because like you said, them wars with MJ, he showed yo, bro, I can hoop. You feel me? I can hoop. But I just said, damn, when you look at the overall perspective, damn, maybe that's how that was supposed to go. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's all. But shout out to John Starks. Mass, you made some valid points. He had some hell of awards with the GOAT. You feel me?
Oh man, he did, bro.
He had some hell, and he held his own.
And Reggie, yeah.
Yeah, and he held his own. So shout out to
Man,
John
fuck
Starks.
her.
when you have Michael Jordan mention your name during this Hall of Fame speech, you did something.
Yeah.
You feel about John Starks what I feel about Ozzie Hakeem fumbling that goddamn punt return during the comeback in the damn wild card playoffs in 2000.
That's similar stories because didn't they get him out of off the streets? Hakeem?
Yeah. He was a walk-on punt returner. We gave him a chance, and he just could not hold on to the ball. And the Posters batch was saying they need to get him out of the punt return spot because we had Tony Horn. They said we'd rather have Tony Horn than Ozzie Hakeem because he's going to cost us with a big fumble at some point in the season. And I'll be damned if it didn't happen on the damn wild card Sunday.
But I ain't going to front, though. Just like John Starks. It's a whole bunch of Hakeem highlights out there. That bitch taking that bitch to the tub. So he was good. That bitch hands just I don't know what it was. You was right, though. But think about how many highlights Hakeem got.
Hakeem was a better receiver than a punt returner. If I want him in my slot, I'm throwing him the ball with the mismatch every time. But as a punt returner, he had more fumbles than touchdowns.
Copy that.
So Mike Martz, our coach at the time, overthunk it the same way I can say Pat Riley overthunk it. He wanted to win and lose with his guys, no matter what. So we just had our first episode of New York Confessionals, first episode, John Starks. Now we can get back to this regular schedule programming, the 80s.
The 80s babies.
Yeah, the
Garbage
80s.
Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yes, it's since we talking about the 80s though and everything like that, let me look up some. Hey Ron Tom, Ron Tom, I got some good news for you, man. But I'm gonna share that with you after we get off the stream, though, bro.
Okay, say that.
you already should know what it's all about, what it's about, because we've been
Yeah,
talking
for
about,
sure. For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll talk to my brothers about them. All my brothers that's on this platform, and we'll talk behind the scenes, though, man. We ain't gonna mention them on live or anything like that. But anyway, we're gonna look up the '80s. We're gonna look up the '80s cartoons right quick, cause we some nuts, right? So, um, we look up
Transformers and G.I. Joe. Start right there.
best, best
Thank you,
'80s.
please.
Hey, He-Man was my show back in the 80s, man.
I couldn't even.
Silverhawk,
I was
Thundercat.
watching GI Joe when the Challenger exploded.
Wow.
They interrupted GI Joe for the Challenger space shuttle,
I
and
remember that.
my mother was making breakfast, and I was like, "Mom, what is happening?" She was like, "Man, there's I guess this is a space shuttle." She was like, "You just got to be careful because they might explode in midair." 5 minutes later, same thing happened. It was
Yeah, the
spooky.
thing, the thing about that, the guy told them before they got on that
Not the
rocket,
launch.
and NASA did not listen to him because he was right
Yep.
the whole time. When the thing blew up, he was fired. They said they tried to cover up. The guy got fired, and
Yep. He told him not to launch. You were correct. You are absolutely correct on that, Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yep. He said the fuel lines were known to freeze and not be able to get the fuel to temperature. That's exactly the reason why it exploded. But look,
plus the
GI
weather.
Joe.
And that day the weather was real bad. They should not launch on the day of the weather report.
Yeah,
Yo, Joe.
GI Joe. Transformers was a staple for me. Mr.
Yep.
T. The GoBots.
Okay, I got the list, y'all. Whenever
He-Man.
y'all ready, I got a
Don't
list for
forget,
y'all.
don't forget about that show about that white guy who turns into a car every time he hit cold water hits him.
Yeah, I don't
I got
remember what it's
some.
called.
I got some y'all ain't even
Oh,
mentioned yet. All
What's
right,
that?
I
ooh,
got.
ooh.
Go ahead before I go, cause I got
Okay,
Nintendo.
now
Silverhawks and
my
Thundercats.
cops. Go ahead, T. Price.
Danger Mouse from 81 to
Uh,
92. Richie
now my
Rich
stomach
80.
hurts.
Richie
Richie
Rich
Rich was
80.
my shit.
Richie
The
Rich
thing,
80 to 84. Hold on. The Wuzzles from 19. It was 1985. Willow the Wisp 1981. Y'all remember that? The Raccoons
Yep.
85 to 92. Jim and
The
Holligans.
guitar player. The guitar player of the
Holograms.
girl band.
Yep.
Jim and the
Uh,
Holograms.
yep.
My
Luke.
that was my sister's
Lucky
shit.
Lucky Luke 83 84. The Muffin Babies 84. The
Damn, the Muffin
Silverhawks.
Babies was in '84.
Yes,
Damn.
sir. Silverhawks 1986.
My shit.
Dungeons
The
Dungeons
Atlanta
and
Hawks.
Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons 83 85. The Great Mouse Detective 1986. They used
I
to come.
remember that.
The
They used to
Littles.
come on Saturdays
Yep.
with the Littles.
The Littles 83 85. The
Yep.
Flight of the Dragons 1982. Oh, somebody try to get in. It's Gigi, y'all. We got to raise
Oh, let her in.
hey,
down.
y'all
Down.
forgetting about the show. Remember that show Helmets, where they put those
Yeah.
helmets on?
Yeah, I got some shows y'all never heard of. You ever heard of Really and the Chopper Bunch?
Nope. Yeah. Hey, Thundercats.
Yeah, I know
Hey
Thundercats,
y'all.
Thundercats,
Good
G.I.
morning.
Joe,
Hey, Miss
This is
Gigi.
um,
Pastor.
oh,
Hey
Mr.
y'all.
T, Mr. T,
Hey baby.
Bo Jackson, and I remember all them shows back in the '80s, man. Can you remember
Well,
back in the days the Fat Albert used to come on Saturday
hey,
morning?
yo,
Back in the
wasn't it?
days, every channel had their own version of cartoons. USA, every Saturday morning was
Cartoon Express.
cartoons. Cartoon Express. Yes, I'm telling you,
Space
back in the
Ghost.
'80s, man. Space Ghost.
Hanna
Yeah,
What y'all talking? What y'all talking
Barbera,
about?
Huckleberry Hound, Snackleputs,
talking
Kung
about the
Fu
Mm.
Food.
'80s. '80s
Hey,
Oh,
cartoons.
they
My
come
'80s
on the
cartoons.
82.
We
y'all
were
talking
just
about the Smurfs? Y'all say the
The
Smurfs?
Smurfs.
Y'all remember the Smurfs?
How
Smurfs.
you got it? You can't forget the
Muppet,
Smurfs.
Snorkels. Can't
Muppet
forget about the
Baby,
snorkels. Can't get about the
Muppet
snorkels.
Snorkels.
Baby.
The
The
snorkels.
Snorks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And don't forget about Super
Jail,
Friends.
she's truly outrageous.
Super
Oh,
friend.
jail.
Super Friends used to come on in the 80s. And
Yep.
plus they had a
Ninja,
new
what is that?
they had
Ninja
the
Turtle.
new Adventures
Oh,
of
Ninja Turtles,
Batman in
yep.
the 80s.
You know, we
Yeah.
talking about the eight. How we
DuckTales.
gonna
DuckTales.
DuckTales? Ooh,
DuckTales.
Chippendale Rescue
Chip,
Rangers.
Rangers.
Chippendale
That's when
Rescue
Disney.
Yeah.
That's
Rangers.
when Disney used to show all the Disney. I remember back in the day, man, we used to go see my family every weekend, and my cousins before we used to go. That's where we stayed in Georgia. For my dad got man, we already knew Saturday morning. We got breakfast going on. Auntie making grits. I'm telling you, smelling
Yeah.
all the love in the house. The kids, we all sitting there watching all the cartoons and all that stuff, man. And remember in the
The
'80s,
GG,
real
I got a
Nintendo
question to
came
ask
out.
you.
That's when the
y'all remember this?
Ghostbusters really came out.
Y'all remember this? When the real Ghostbusters were coming on, they had that
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
Yep.
cereal box contest where you had to buy all the
Yeah.
records just to win it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm
What
about to
were you
do the
gonna
best
ask me,
'80s
Matt Marshall?
sitcoms. Then we're gonna
Oh, hold
start
on.
going
I'll
back
wait.
to the.
You said the
We're gonna start.
sitcoms?
Oh, we're gonna get the 10 best. I'm
Oh,
gonna see what they got. The 32 of the best '80s sitcoms. Right. They
I
got Scarecrow and
oh
Mrs.
shit.
King, 83,
Oh
87. Remember
Lord.
that?
I remember
Moonlighting,
Scarecrow, Mr. King.
Moonlighting,
Moonlighting. Yep.
85 to 89. Kate and Alley, 84, 89. It's Gary Shannon's show, 86,
Gary
90.
Chandler show. Yep.
Night Court, 84 to
That
92.
was my shit, Night Court.
Now they got a remake. Hey, Taxi, y'all. Taxi,
Taxi.
Oh,
78,
shit, Taxi. Yeah. Y'all remember
78
Cheers?
to 83. The Golden Girls,
That's
85
my
to
girl.
92. The
That's my
Golden
shit
Girls.
right there. I got a set of
Fam-
shot cups with all of them. Hey, yo, listen.
Grab Golden Girl.
Family
Listen.
Ties, Family Ties,
Hey, yo,
Black
T.
Adam.
Price.
I got one more. And Cheers,
That
82
was
Yeah.
my
and
shit too.
93.
Norm, but
What
think about this.
what about
Think
Who's
about
the
this.
Boss?
How
You
many
said
black
we're in the
men?
80s. We're in the
Listen.
80s.
How
Not
many
Oh,
black men?
okay.
Listen. How many black men could say Blanche Devereaux, Dorothy Zbornak, Rose Nylon, and Sophia Petrillo, and know who the fuck they is?
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
Ron Todd, you
remember
need to stop it. You
Ron
already
Time.
knew the Mike
Ron,
Tyson
hey,
punch on Golden Girls.
Ron Time. I used to
Look,
remember after watching Golden Girls, Empty Nest used to come on
Empty Net
afterwards.
used to come on. That's a fact.
Yep.
Hey yo,
Because
but
Empty
listen.
You're
Nest
right.
was a spinoff of Golden Girls.
Hey yo,
Yep.
think about this. Hey yo, for my birthday, like my wife's friends know, cause like when they come to the house and shit, they see they're like, this nigga always watching Golden Girls. Yo, why her friend found me a shot cup set with all four of their faces on it with their names and shit. I never drunk out of them. I still got them in the box because that's my favorite shot cup. That show's funny as fuck, yo.
Yeah,
I
bro.
remember. I also remember watching Eight Man and Two Step Seven on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same.
Hey, yo, you
Yeah.
know what I didn't hear you
Oh, we
say?
gonna
I
go
didn't hear you
black.
say Family Ties
Oh,
with
we
Michael J.
Well, I didn't hear anybody say "Give me a break" with Nell Carter.
with Nell
hold
Carter.
on.
Facts
If
to
you let
Life.
me, everybody's going everywhere, all over. Let me let y'all do whatever on the stream and everything. I was just about to get to that, but carry on.
Oh, I thought you was only doing 10, T Price. My bad. I
Nah,
thought you did the top 10.
nah, that's how they rate. But we doing
What
now. We
y'all?
doing
I'm just gonna say real quick. What y'all know about Small Wonder?
Vicky.
What y'all know about my favorite show, Alf? I used to love me some Alf, okay?
okay. Now we ranking the '80s black sitcoms. Y'all ready? The
Yep,
Yeah.
Jeffersons, The
yep,
Cosby
Black
Show,
sitcom.
yep,
Moving
yep.
on
The
up.
World, Different
Different world,
Strokes,
different strokes.
Sanford and Son,
That got to put Fred in there.
You big dummy.
Amen,
Hey
Yep.
man.
That was another Sherman
227,
Andrews special. Marla Gibbs.
227,
Yep.
Family Matters, Give Me a
Yep.
Break,
Give me a
What's
break.
Happening Now,
What's happening,
Benson,
baby? Vincent
dun-dun-dun-dun, Webster, The
Webster.
Red
Yeah.
Fox,
R.I.P. to Daniel Spencer.
the,
R.I.P. to D.D.
The Red Fox Show,
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Red Fox Show, Bustin' Loose,
Busting loose.
Frank's Place, Checking In with Marla Gibbs, Melba, Charlie and Company, He's the Mayor, The New Odd Couple, The Robert Galumi Show, Homeroom. Y'all want the rest of them? That the
Go
last
ahead.
one? You want to go to that? We're gonna go to the next up. Let's see what else they give us. Wait a minute. Is this how they? Let me make sure it's in the '80s because we're keeping everything in the '80s.
Real quick, they also
Nah.
had hit shows in the '82. The 18, Knight
Oh
Rider,
yeah.
Airwolf.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
was so many great shows. Night Rider was my joint back in the day. Oh,
Back.
Chips.
Check.
Chips. My
California
joint too.
Highway.
Was that the Kojak? Was that Kojak season in the
Oh,
'80s?
Highway to Heaven. Highway to Heaven
I
too.
don't care
Highway
what
to
I
Heaven
don't
with
care what
Michael
anybody
Landon.
says. I love watching the Great American Hero.
Was
Mm-hmm.
Benson back in the '80s? Was Benson
Yeah,
back
Yep.
in the '80s?
that's Benson
Yep.
was.
Yes, it
Mm.
was. But let's get back to the top before we end up before they end up going about shout out to Moss for coming through. We're talking about John Star and everything. I like that. I'll let y'all get y'all stuff off. Man, we're gonna get back to the top at the '80s. Y'all just gave a '90s fix because '90s we're gonna have a lot more conversations. But anyway, in the '80s, the first NBA championship in the '80s was guess who, y'all? The Los Angeles Lakers over the 76ers, 4-2.
Mm.
Magic Johnson was the finals MVP. Now we're going to go to 81.
82, 10, 42, 18, and 10 in that game.
Message. Anyway,
Mm.
1981. Rockets versus the Celtics. And Cedric Maxwell was the MVP. But they don't. And you know what? I gotta say this too, y'all. I've been noticing a trend, right? I've been noticing this trend. They give this is definition of true hate, right? Y'all give
Wait a
everybody
minute. You said the Rockets beat the Celtics in '81?
No, I said the Rockets lost to the Celtics. The
Oh,
Celtics won the championship because Cedric the Maxwell was the set. I knew. Hey, hold on, Lou. I got you. Hold on. I'm trying to get to my point. My point is, they always want to use MVPs, right? They always want to take away. Nobody don't take away from that. Did Larry Bird win MVP that year? Finals MVP? No, he didn't. Does it take away from the greatness of him? No. Y'all do the same thing with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan didn't win all his finals MVPs for some time, but y'all sit there and say, well, Kobe, he didn't win it. And he was, man, just stop it. Just stop it. Y'all biasness. Y'all just need to, y'all don't, man, this logic that y'all been going on, it's very, I don't even entertain that stuff because to me, it's nonsense. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. But Moses Malone was the playoff leader in points. Moses Malone was the leading rebounder. Maurice Cheese led in an assist, and Moses Malone, this was he averaged win shares 3.5. Anyway, let's go on. 82 was Lakers versus Sixers. League champion the Lakers. Magic Johnson MVP, 16.2, 10.8 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, now we're gonna go to 83, 84. 83 was Lakers versus Sixers. Sixers won. Moses Malone, MVP. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the leading scorer. Moses Malone had the most rebounds, assists. Magic Johnson 192. Win shares. Moses Malone 2.8. All right, now we're gonna go.
that was around the world with Dr. J.
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna go to 84 finals. League champion was the Celtics. Finals MVP Larry Bird, 27.4 points per game, 14 rebounds, 3.6 assists. He led in points, rebounds, Magic assists. Larry Bird win shares 4.7. All right, now we're gonna go to 85.
That's the game they call Magic. Was it
Tragic
Johnson.
Tragic Johnson, but he came back and
Tragic
made up
Johnson.
for it the next year and won the championship. Finals MVP Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 25.7, 9 rebounds, 5.2. What's that? 5.2 what assists? I'm assuming. Larry Bird led in points. Robert Parrish rebounds. Magic Johnson assists. Win shares. Magic Johnson 3.0. All right. 86 Celtics Rockets. Celtics won. Larry Bird, 24. Finals MVP, 9.7 rebounds, 9.5 assists. Hakeem Olajuwon, points, rebounds, Magic, assists. And Larry Bird, that's talking about the playoff leaders. Okay. That's what that is, playoff leader.
And I thought the Rockets had not been there in the first place.
And then we got 87. The Lakers won against the Celtics. Magic Johnson, Finals MVP, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists.
Was that Pat Riley? Was that Pat Riley?
Yes, sure is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Larry Bird led the playoff in points, rebounds, Magic assists, Magic win shares. In 88, it was Pistons versus Lakers, the champion, the Lakers. Finals MVP James Worthy, 22 points, 7.4 rebounds, 4.4 assists. He led the playoffs in points. Rebounds was Bill Laimbeer. Assists Magic Johnson. Win shares Magic Johnson. In 89, we already know the Pistons won. Can y'all remember? That was the year. That was the year that Magic Johnson and Byron Scott was hurt, but we don't make no excuses. The Pistons got it done, and I said it then, even when I was growing up. But that's when I was getting into my teens. I remember a guy was saying on TV, if they really want to justify their championship, they got to repeat the next following year, and that's what they end up doing against the Blazers.
No, I'm sorry, but
I remember wrestling. I remember wrestling on Saturday nights. The main event, man. That used to be, man. We grew up at the right time, bro. Like you was in the 70s and even in the 80s, man. You grew up in the right time because I was saying it before. I let everybody know. I was born in the late 70s, and then the 80s. I remember watching how competitive the games was in the 80s. The fights. We used to see fights. We saw real rivalries. We saw teams that really didn't like each other. Every team had a playing style. Every team had a playing style.
Mm-hmm.
Every team had a playing style. There was real rivalries back then. They got out. The NBA has done they did a total I call it a total 360. Cause there ain't no real rivals. I've been saying this when I got on YouTube. Who's y'all greatest rival y'all have? Just Cavs versus Golden State. Maybe we have plethora of ones. Plenty of more than what y'all had. I'm just saying. Yeah, but the 80s was a beast.
I remember that time when WWF came on MTV that night. It was Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of the biggest rating shows they ever had on MTV at the time. Like before all these reality shows used to come on, they used to show nothing but music videos. I used to love that. Now when you watch MTV today, nothing but reality shows. Barely no music. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? Then the AT Price.
Whoa.
Do you remember video so on BET? When BET used to be real black entertainment at the time.
Did it came out in the 80s or did it came out in the 90s? I remember even Video Soul. I remember Teen Summit because a lot of people don't know the woman that used to host Teen Summit. She dated New York. She was I think she was married to the player Charles Smith that played for the Knicks.
Yeah, Video Soul came out in the early 80s, T Price. It had Donnie Simpson as the show host.
I remember him and Sherry Carter. Everybody busted. I remember Caribbean. I'm so old. I can remember Caribbean rhythms, but that's the 90s though. We're gonna talk.
I remember Soul Train on Saturdays.
Oh yeah.
BET. That's one thing about BET that I would say back in the day. They had some of the most beautiful women that did host them shows though back then. The two, every one of them. All
How
except
many
Cedar's
jet how
World.
many jet magazines you used to own back in the day with Beauty of the Week?
Man, I still got
Lord
Beauty
have
of the Week.
mercy.
I still got
There
the
you
Beauty of the Week
go.
in a box somewhere, bro. Like, man, what are you talking about? I, man, yeah, but when you about to get married, that stuff got to go. Some people
Yeah.
households, because you don't,
It's I see some of those girls who used to be Beauty of the Week now on I was like, hold up, ain't she on TV now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember growing up, we used to go. I remember every household we used to go to, like my family, we used to go visit my family, and they got all the magazines. They had the Jet, they had the Ebony, all the black magazines, all on the coffee table and everything like that. And I remember my cousin, he used to have all of them, like from the beginning. And I sit there and just used to just read them, of course, and then eventually go on the favorite page of them all. And what page
The
is that for the
cartoons,
fellas?
the
No,
cartoons.
no, the favorite page, the favorite page in the Jet magazine.
Swimsuit.
Thank you. The Beauty of the Week.
I'm just
As
like
he said,
I remember in the Ebony they used to have those little funny cartoons on there.
Oh yeah, the Ebony. Yeah, the Ebony did have the little at the end. Yeah, yeah, they did. That I remember that. The 80s was just
Oh,
man.
they showed
80s
that
was
they
just
showed that
great.
dad. They showed the dad with the belt about where the whooping. He had that look on his
But
face.
you got to think about it too. When we was growing up, we was taught moral. It was more morals back then, more ethics. Um, it was it yeah. Could then after that we start seeing like the transitioning of television. Could then it went to the we're gonna talk about the 90s next week, but the 80s. Man, it was just a good time to be alive, man. It was so much good stuff that was on TV to actually watch. Like
Hey, hey,
even
hey, hey,
even the sports world was
Like
great
for
at the time.
educational purposes too.
hey, I ain't
Mhm.
gonna
Hey,
lie.
Leezy.
You
Hey,
feel me?
Leezy.
What's
Hey,
happening?
I ain't
What's
gonna
happening with
lie.
everybody?
My
Octavius, what's
daddy.
happening? Lemon pepper.
I ain't gonna lie. As a kid, my daddy had those Playboys. I used to look at those too.
Lord have
I,
mercy. There we go with the Playboy. Yeah.
I lived in a sanctified house because that was in the forbidden zone. If you did, it'd be take me to the
Yeah,
wall.
that's the only water you
And
gonna
my
be
daddy
in.
and that
Won't you
and my
take
daddy had that
me?
little and my daddy had that little spray for Jerry curls. Remember all those people used to
Yeah,
have
the
that little
80s
spray.
was a Jerry curl.
Yeah,
Follow the
that
Yeah,
drip.
soul
Follow the
everybody,
glow.
drip.
That
everybody trying to
soul
get that
glow.
Jerry curl. That
Yeah,
shit
with the
been
plastic
Follow
super
the drip.
caps,
curl this
okay?
time.
Walking around with
Follow
them
the drip.
plastic
Follow
caps
the
on the
drip.
head.
Follow the drip. Follow the drip.
Remember that was back in was it breaking and breaking days, They was doing all the breaking and stuff.
Yeah.
You should know, Leezy. You know about that manufacturer stuff.
Hey, what was y'all favorite movie? Hey, what was y'all? Hey,
There
I'm gonna
you
give a
go.
list.
Stop.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give some of the best movies that came out in the 80s. 25. Y'all remember that? Oh no, this is no. They going by no. That I'm talking about in the 80s, not 90s. They messing up. I said greatest movies in
In
the
the
80s.
80s. Shit, Back to the Future.
Mm.
Mm.
what's up,
Was it?
Elise?
Was that
Octavius, what's
Scar?
happening, man?
Was
What's
is that
good?
when Scar? Is that when Scarface came on the scene?
That was 1981. I mean,
Yep.
81.
1980.
Yep.
Okay, 86. Y'all remember this? Top 5 basketball movies. Hoosiers, 86. Space
Mm-hmm.
Dun,
Jam.
dun, 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 dun.
Space Jam was in 96. Teen Wolf was in 85. The
What
fifth
about
that say,
Ghost, though?
the fifth
What was
that
that?
say Pittsburgh. We talking about sports.
Oh, you talking
Uh,
about
impact.
sports? Okay.
Yeah. We already know what Ghost is, man. Come on, that's a classic.
Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore? The fuck? Who brought
Come
that
on, man. You already know.
Hey, what year did the last Starfighter come out?
It's that basketball sports.
Only reason why I don't like Ghost Easy because I took a chick there and she was ugly.
Oh.
She didn't deserve to see that movie.
Oh,
My confession.
If she was cute, she deserved it. But,
Don't forget,
she looked like Craig
um,
Mack.
did the
Oh,
Natural come
Lord.
out? Did the movie The Natural come out in the 80s?
What was it?
The Natural.
Yes.
What about
You
White
said
Man Can't Jump?
Pushers.
White Man Can't Jump came out
Nah,
in the
White Man
80s.
Can't Jump was in
Nah,
the
that was
90s.
That's
That was like
definitely
90s?
92 or something. That was like 92, 93, I
92?
think.
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
say
I got it.
91, 92 because I was at least
All
10,
right.
I think.
I got the list for y'all. The 100 greatest movies of the 80s. One, no particular order. Raging Bull, 1980. E.T., The
E.T.
Extraterrestrial.
Phone Home.
Raiders of the Lost Ark in 81. Amanda's 84. Platoon 86. Cinema Paradiso 1988. Once Upon a Time in America 84. The Blade Runner 82. Ran 1985. Do the Right Thing.
Right, I knew Spike Lee
1989.
wanted us up in there.
Yeah.
Blue Velvet 1986. Star Wars Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. The Elephant Man 1980. The Shining 1980. Full Metal Jacket 87.
Johnny.
Brazil 1985. Airplane 1980.
Mississippi Marsala.
The Boot 1981. Tootsie 1982. The Untouchables 1987. The Terminator 1984.
Terminator.
Die Hard 1988. The Last Emperor 1987. Gandhi 1982. Raised in Arizona 87.
Classic.
The Princess Bride 1987. The Big Chill 83. Fast Times at Ridgemont High 1982. Scarface 83. A Christmas Story 83. Poltergeist
Christmas of
82.
Poltergeist, yeah.
Terms
Shit,
of
Friday the 13th.
Terms of Endearment 83. This is Spinal Tap 84. Crimes and
They coming out with
Misdemeanors,
number 2.
1984. Sex, Lies, and Videotape 1989.
That was Madonna's movie.
Back to the Future 36. Rain Man 1988. Ordinary People 1980. Who Framed Roger Rabbit 1988. Hannah and her sisters 86. When Harry
Howard
Met Sally.
Duck gotta be on there too.
1989. Henry V. 1989. Blood Sample 1984. The Right Stuff 83. The Color Purple 85. Cage Musha, The Shadow Warrior 1980. I got that. Wings of Desire 1987. The Little Mermaid 1989. Tender Mercies, Chariots of Fire, Salvador 86. 52 is Atlantic City, My Left Foot 89. Glory 89. Gene D. Florette 86. The Killing Fields 84. The Last Metro 1980. A Room with a View 85. A Passage to India 84. Missing 60. That's at 60. That's an 82. Places in the Heart 84. There's a Soldier Story. I know every black person seen that. 1984. Princess Honor 85. A Fish Called Wanda 1988. Witness 85. Driving Miss Daisy 89. Fanny and Alexander 82. Star Wars Return of the Jedi 83. A Nightmare on Elm Street 84. Broadcast News, 87. The King, a comedy, 1982. That's Rupert, if y'all don't know. Bill Duran, 88. The Vanishing, 88. Hope and Glory, 87. My Dinner with Andre, 81. A Field of Dreams, 89. Hoosiers, 86. Ghostbusters, 84. The Breakfast Club, 1985. Big, 1988. Caddyshack, 1980. Arthur, 81. Kiss of the Spider Woman, 85. The Color of Money, 86. She Gotta Have It. She's Gotta Have It, 86. Body Heat, 81. The Executioners on Song, 82. Moonstruck, 87. The Stuntman, 1980. Local Hero, 83. Melvin and Howard, 1980. Dangerous Liaisons, 88. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 86. The Road Warrior, 81. The Last Temptation of Christ, 88. Mona Lisa, 86. Fatal Attraction, 87. Out of Africa, 85. Stand By Me, 86. And Lost in America, 85.
I mean, look, China.
Did y'all remember any of those things? That's a long list, bro. Some of them I ain't even heard of before.
Like, it's like they don't get Showtime and Little Channel with Kurt Russell. That was a good movie. No Smokey and the Bandit on that list.
Oh yeah, Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, I grew up watching Smokey and the Bandit. Did Dukes of Hazzard come out in the 80s too?
79 to 85.
And Knight Rider.
80s.
Hey, hey, y'all remember that show with the aliens? V? They should come on NBC. They should peel their face off. Yeah, that came out in
Lizard
the 80s.
People.
Yeah, man, we can talk about this for a minute, man. They list of shows that we didn't even them right there was movies though, but another movie was out the top 100 list according to.
You remember Nighthawk?
Remember who?
Nighthawk. Nighthawk was about that motorcycle.
Yeah, I remember Nighthawk about the motorcycle. Yeah. Hey, that's when Charles Bronson was out in the 80s too, right? What Charles Bronson movie was popular in the 80s?
That was
Death Wish.
Death Wish. Yeah, Death Wish.
He made like I think he made like 6 or 7 Death Wish movies.
Yeah. Did they have Crush Groove? They had Crush Groove on there, and they didn't have no musical use.
Yeah, Crush Groove was that.
Clint Eastwood I remember all the Clint Eastwood movies back in the 80s. They had a lot of westerns. They had the westerns. Bonanza, Bucky Man and the Preacher. My dad used to watch Bucky Man and the Preacher. That was a black first version.
You said The Last Dragon did, right?
I remember The Last Dragon. I remember back in the 80s before LA Cool J started acting. Only thing you could do movies were rap. That was it. Mm-hmm. Then when it got to the 90s, he started acting.
Those are facts. A lot of them did. That's when we start seeing. That's why we start seeing rappers transitioning. We're gonna get into the 90s next week, though. You know, because the 90s was. I'm telling you, the 80s was. I remember being a kid. As man, come home when the street lights come on, man. We got, especially you lived overseas. Then you lived in Germany, and man, it could be 12 o'clock in the morning, man, and the sun still be out. I
remember, didn't Curtis Blow start acting in a couple movies in the 80s?
We gotta fact check that.
Didn't Coming to America come out in the 80s? Did you have that on the list? Did they have that?
No.
I think Coming to America was 90, 91.
I think Coming to America
was 88.
I remember seeing Coming to America in movie theaters. So Coming
to America came out the year after Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights was 87.
And what about Trading Places? Because Coming to America and Trading Places came out.
Yeah, Trading Places was a good one too.
Yeah.
Trading Places was like 83, 84.
I remember when Mr. T was in that
Hold on, what
Rocket
about
movie.
Uptown Saturday Night? When did that come out? Bill Cosby and
That was
Sidney
definitely the
Poitier?
70s.
That was the
Sidney
70s?
Poitier era. Yeah, that was the 70s. Mingo
Oh,
Slade,
my
yeah.
God. Come on, man.
I remember when Rocky 3 came out, I saw Mr. T at Chubble Lane. I'm like, man, this motherfucker's crazy.
What
I
about
got the
Bustin'
80s.
Loose? Richard Pryor, Bustin' Loose.
I got the list right here, y'all, for the black
Mm-hmm.
movies, y'all. I got it. Coming to America. This 80s. Beverly Hills Cop. The Color Purple. Lean on Me. Trading Places. Harlem Nights. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Do the Right Thing. Glory. Beverly Hills Cop 2. The Last Dragon. School Days. Brewster Millions. Stir Crazy. See No Evil. Hear No Evil. A Soldier Story. A Raisin in the Sun. 48 Hours. Breaking. The Toy. Top. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Jumping Jack Flash. Crush Groove. Beat Street. Disorderlies. She's Gotta Have It. Bustin' Loose. JoJo Dancer. Your Life
There
is
we go.
Calling. The Golden Child. Moving. JoJo Dancer. And then the Hollywood Shuffle with Robert Townsend. Anne Marie Johnson. Action Jackson with Carl Weathers. Breaking 2, The Electric Boogaloo.
Come
The
on
Mighty
now.
Quinn. The Brother from Another Planet.
Police Academy?
Some Kind of Hero, Richard Pryor. Critical Condition, Richard Pryor. Identity Crisis, Mario Van Peebles. And Melvin Van Peebles. And Stephen J. Cannell. Cry Freedom. Denzel Washington. Kevin Kline. And Penelope Wilton. Doing Time. One Down, Two to Go. Wild Style. Under the Cherry Moon. Prince.
Hell no.
Bird with Forrest Whitaker and Diane Verona and Samuel E. Wright. Native Son, Oprah Winfrey, Matt Dillon, Vin Rames. Penitentiary 2, Mr. T, Ernie Hudson, Rudy Ray Moore. Burglar, Whoopi Goldberg, Bobcat Orwell, and G.W. Bailey. Fate of Booty, Richard Whoopi Goldberg, Sam Elliott, Ruben Blades. Homer and Ed, Whoopi Goldberg, Jim Belushi, John Waters. The Black Cobra, Fred Williamson, Nicholas Hammond, and Eva Gamati. Black Cobra 2 for Queen and Country. Denzel Washington, Doran Heatley, and Amanda Redmond. Best Defense, Dudley Moore, Eddie Murphy, Kate Capshaw. In God We Trust, Marty Freeman, Peter Boyle, Louise Lasher. The Telephone, Whoopi Goldberg. Holy Moses, Dudley Moore, Lorraine Newman, James Coco. That's just some, just to name a few. And then we're going to go to the next one and see what they're going to do.
How long do they collect royalties on those movies? Is it a set time or is it continuous?
Until it's profitable, and if you signed it in the contract and it's for life of the movie, it's for the life of the movie. Or
Okay.
Because I know a lot of the Richard Pryor movies, his daughter's still getting residuals off of it from it.
That part.
Yeah, like that first movie.
And now you got all these streaming apps too that elect to show them too, so they get money off that.
They get money off that.
I remember watching that movie Under Cherry Moon. That's when you Kevin Campbell came out with the song Round and Round.
Yeah.
All right,
That
y'all.
Prince
I've been on here for 2 hours,
relatively-
man. I'm gonna let y'all cook, man. I'm taking a 30-minute break. I repeat.
What we supposed to talk about while you gone, Pastor? What we supposed to talk about?
No, GG, don't worry about it. I got some recipes I got to get from you. I've been waiting on you to get on the stream.
Yeah.
So recipes. Oh Lord.
You
So y'all hold it down for me. If you get kicked out, there's somebody just call my phone, bro. I have my phone on me. Just call my phone.
Okay.
Hey,
Because I
y'all
answer a
heard?
phone call before I answer a text.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
y'all heard
saying.
about that? Y'all heard about that crazy story about that guy who killed the people in Buffalo?
The kill those black people in the grocery store.
Yeah, he said he want the case dismissed because all the jury was white.
What? What's
That
wrong
don't
with
make any
these
sense.
people, y'all? What they talking about taking Black history out of the Smithsonian? Tell me that's a lie.
What?
That's what Pennsylvania Avenue just said yesterday. He wants all the Black history taken out of the Smithsonian because it's not mapped out right, and he's not going to put it back until it's up to his standard. He can't even read, y'all. How he gonna tell us what to put in the Smithsonian if he can't read?
Well, look, when it comes to the Black history and all this, look, you do know what's coming up in 2027, right?
Explain that to us.
In 2027, they're going to do the Freedom of Information Act, meaning there's going to be things that's going to be opened up to public knowledge that was never opened up to public knowledge before. So this is why I see how they're trying to get things manipulated to keep a narrative going. It doesn't matter what the hell they do about Black History Month because they have never told the actual real story about really what happened and how United States was really formed and if there was really indigenous people over here or not. So the history book that we grew up off of being told and studying and all that other fun stuff, that's not real history. That's a narrative.
Right.
It's a fiction. It's fairy tale. So I don't care about the Black History Month. I really don't because they're gonna go teach it real, even if they do try to make it a curriculum. Because I was under the impression when we went to school, junior high, high school, we had to study history the whole time, all 4 years we were in school. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
So if it's Black history, why is that not taught all semester
All 4 years? Well, we started learning history. If I'm not mistaken, we had history. I started in junior high with history. If I'm not mistaken.
I started in junior high. It was in 7th grade. That was my first history class. They give you that big ass 2 books. They tell you we're going to go over these 2 books in the 2 years that you're here for 7th and 8th grade, and that will help transition you to high school history.
Right.
So if it's Black history, go ahead, Elise.
I said I started learning history when I was like 10 years old. Before even when I got like I started learning back in the 4th grade. Like I like all the way up to I graduated. That's all I did, learn everything about history. And like every history test and class I used to take, I always used to get A's and B's.
But it was the same thing over and over and over again. Christopher Columbus to Mona Lisa over and over again, just in different ways.
That whole Columbus thing, man, they need to. They really ain't telling the real history about Columbus.
That's a joke, Lizzie.
Right.
But see, they have been telling
All
you the
they
true
teach you
history
though is
about.
Martin Luther King. That's not history. Martin Luther King, I have a dream.
But see,
That's the only history that they teach you.
That's part of the narrative because in the Freedom of Information Act, we're getting ready to find out that Martin Luther King was a CIA operative, and the CIA killed him. Right. He was never a religious leader. The religious leader was his cover. Because he didn't do nothing really but provide a tapestry. Him, B.R. Ruskin, and this is facts. You can look it up yourself. Don't take my word for it. But look at all the sex orgies that them 2 men was orchestrating, along with Jesse Jackson. See, and this is not just something that I'm saying. Look up the Freedom of Information Act, and also if you're a Bible thumper, look up 2 Peter 3:10 and 11. Things are getting ready to be open and exposed. It has to be exposed.
Because the book
it's already under the process of being exposed. That's why all this stuff is coming out.
Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Elise. It has to happen this way.
Are they going to tell the truth what really happened to John F. Kennedy? Because I know though, I know who really killed him.
Well,
No,
shit,
you
we
ain't
all
never
know who
done
really
shit.
killed him.
The
You know who
CIA,
killed
the
him.
government. The government killed that man.
Whenever there is a president that tried to stick to the gold, silver standard, he got assassinated. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated not because of the slaves, but the whole Civil War was fought over agriculture because the South had more money than the North. Why do you think there were black people fighting on the side of the South? Because they were homeowners and landowners. They weren't trying to give that up. But we were told it was 100% about slaves, and it wasn't.
Why did you think his vice president kept that little South thing going on after Lincoln died too?
Right. It's like, dude, they get rid of the president. That's going to expose the fact that we do not need international banking. They get rid of him. Kennedy was doing the same thing. He was putting pressure on the United States to get rid of our international banking, and magically he turned up. Look, Gigi, you're the female of the panel. Let me ask you
Yes,
this
sir.
question:
Yes, sir.
you're riding in the car with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
His head goes violently forward and he limps down. Do you A, try to check on him to see what's going on? B, duck down to make sure you don't get shot? Or C, try to get out the back of the car and be like, fuck him?
Death C is not an option. A and B is going to be simultaneous. I'm going to try to see what's going on with him while I'm trying to save myself and try to get, if I got a cell phone back in the day, I'm calling 911 or calling grandpa or somebody. But
Now listen to this,
I'm not gonna leave my husband. I'm not gonna leave my husband.
and what is that
Period.
famous footage of Jackie Onassis Kennedy doing when Kennedy got shot? She was trying to make sure her ass got out the car.
But
I'm not gonna leave my husband.
That gunshot came from the passenger of that car. If you watch the video closely, you'll see the hand. You can see the hand movement go right up
And if
underneath the left shoulder or the left arm. Bop. You can see it. They slow it down in slow motion. There's videos of
don't
that.
they don't they say when the head go forward, it's coming from the back?
That's what I was under the impression. But you want to know
Go watch that video.
that autopsy, just like Malcolm Jamal Warner, was rushed. That everybody involved in the Kennedy assassination is dead. Lee Harvey Oswald died the next day, shot by Jack Ruby or Jack Rubenstein. Jack Rubenstein got killed in prison. The person that killed Jack Rubenstein got killed. Everybody,
Just like Epstein got killed in prison.
don't forget about that woman who had something to say something to a reporter who got killed in her house that next day because he kind of knew stuff too because he was like one of the mistresses of the people she was sleeping with in the government.
Mm,
look, this goes
mm.
deeper than we have been told. And I'm only 44. I know a lot of y'all are very young, just like me, and that includes you, Gigi. You just turned 36, so you're gonna have to sit this
Thank
one
you,
out,
baby.
sweetie.
Don't forget my birthday, okay?
But look, if you know about what the Bible says, you know it has to all collapse upon itself for the end comes. And we are literally watching it fall upon itself. And it has to happen this way. All the media, all the governments, everything that we was told to put our faith in is showing us why we should only put our faith in one, and that's God.
Exactly that part.
Yeah. And when you read it, I mean, if you're looking at it from a clean lens, when you read it, something in you automatically says that don't match. That dog don't hunt. That don't match. You can tell when it's wrong.
Just like, our favorite subject. When we sit up here and talk about things like C-19 and wait, how can this happen? And this over here says that I've been working in hospitals for years, and I've been working with OSHA. I've been working with all these different things, and I know how diseases are treated, especially when there's an outbreak. So how can it one minute be here and the next minute be worldwide unless it was unleashed?
Man,
And
we know what that
That's right.
was. We know what that was. We done seen that before.
and
Oh,
another
mark of the
thing.
beast, man. That's all this supposed to happen like that.
Another thing, let me ask you this question, and all of y'all are reasonable individuals. Let me ask you this. How is it that there is a pandemic? Okay. There are people dying, and we're told that there's a vaccine that just got pulled out of trials immediately.
If they just got pulled out of trials just immediately, what was you even making it for? What was you preparing? Where'd it come from? Where'd it
Now,
come from? You,
A laboratory. Everything is done in a lab.
yeah, you just all of a sudden come up with something. You was working on something that wasn't even happening yet. What they do that at?
now it's funny you say that, Gigi, because there is a movie called Outbreak back in the
Yeah,
early '90s that
yeah,
came
about the
out.
monkey, about the monkey.
Right now, do you know they took that off of Netflix as soon as C-19 hit?
Hmm. And you see,
Come to
they took
find out,
Legion. They took
some
Legion out too.
now
That was the lockdown.
if nobody watched the movie Outbreak, let me give you the synopsis. Okay, it had Dustin Hoffman working for a controlled infectious disease team out of the United States. Now
Hmm.
there was called it was a fictional disease that was causing an outbreak, and
Hmm.
it started in a small town after a monkey bite. So
Hmm.
they sent Dustin Hoffman and his team with Cuba Gooding Jr. to try to see how this is getting. They wanted to keep it from becoming a pandemic. Okay, that was the premise of the movie.
Hmm.
So when they found out it was coming from a monkey, they went to go find the monkey. They tracked down what was the last place it was seen. But here's the kicker of the whole movie. At the last minute, the government was sitting on the vaccine the whole time before it mutated. Now they really have to find the monkey because now the virus has mutated to such a point that the vaccine that they had doesn't work anymore. Now let me ask you this question: does that not sound familiar?
Hmm. Hmm. Monkey bite. That's why they call it monkey bite. Okay. Hmm.
So when we're sitting up here as and I try to call myself logical, I can be illogical, but for the most part, I try to be logical. But saying this don't make sense. What a
You
lot of
working
people
on a vaccine, Marshall? You working on something to cure something that hasn't even happened yet?
feel. But
Huh?
why would you do that though?
The
Why would
monkeys
you
are
do that?
herbivores too. If the monkeys are herbivore, how the hell a monkey get a disease? The only way they could have contracted a disease if they were injected with it. So
Now
Yeah, yeah.
it's funny you say that, Elise, because
And it takes
let's go back.
an injection to get the first injection out of you.
But wait, let's stick with I'm gonna let you cook on that for a second, but let's go back to what Alicia just said. Let's go back to 1979 when there was this mysterious epidemic going around in gay men,
Mm.
and
And it
then
started well.
it started to go from gay men to heterosexual men and women.
And it messed
It
around
was
and hit
called
who? The
it
Late
was called
Show, didn't
it, it was it was called the grid. And they went from the
it?
grid to being called HIV to being called AIDS.
Which winded up
Come
in
to
L.A.
come to then it landed in LA
And it's
after four
still living.
championships.
People was falling dead within days. But it's finna be what, in his 60s? Uh,
And then he's magically cured.
All these
pandemics.
things are tested in a
That's the
laboratory
tell-all.
before they actually
That's
put it
the
out there. It's all
that's the
tested.
tell-all right there. That's the
They got
tell-all
guinea
right
pigs
there.
and shit. They got their guinea
Uh-huh.
pigs and shit. They test all this shit
Uh-huh.
on animals and on
Yeah.
humans. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Go ahead,
Elise,
Mr. Marshall.
who had to tell you that, Elise? Is it not what if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's not a Doberman pincher, it's a duck.
It's a daffy.
No,
it's
if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's the fucking government.
a
Come
daffy.
on,
It's
bro.
a
What are
daffy
we
for
talking about?
you.
So
Yeah.
ain't crazy. Ain't crazy over the last 10 to 20 years. A whole lot of people who was outspoken against the government all of a sudden passed away out of nowhere. Like,
You can
Is
take
it
that
out of
back. I was gonna say you can take that back to the book. What was the problem with the religious company? Huh? It was the kingship. It was the government. It
but
was
the
the
thing,
government.
but the thing about it now, almost seems like they're trying to get rid of the weak and the sick, and hoping that the
And the
strong
veterans.
survive and the weak and sick die off. That's what they're trying to do right now.
And the
now?
veterans. They're messing with the
Wait.
veterans.
Shit, Lemon Pepper Lou. I'm glad you said that because guess what? People are starting to realize it was a version of population control. What
Mm-hmm.
was the number one target when C-19 came out? Was it not elderly and young people? When it
Pretty
first
much.
came out in 2019, it was, hey, we got to come up with a vaccine for the elderly and we got to come up with a vaccine for the kids. And, then it transitioned to if you're overweight, if you're black, if you have headaches, if you cry every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while, then
Diabetic.
everybody was eligible for it.
Mm-hmm. Who made money, Mr. Marshall? Who made money?
The pharmaceutical companies and the government made billions
How many
off of it.
how many ventilators did they create back in them days? What was the primary thing that was gonna save their life? Not just the vaccine, but them ventilators.
The think about this too. They were saying that people don't really need health care. They were finding other ways to cure themselves. Then all of a sudden, now they want to take away health care and try to force people to pay out their own pocket just to stay alive now. Because now, since that big beautiful bill came out, they started to make all the money they're making from all the Medicaid and everything else they was took away from certain people. They're using the money to not open up more companies that cost billions of dollars. Saying, since we're gonna open this company up, we're gonna have more and more jobs. I don't know they're gonna have more jobs for every single people who have a hard time working because everybody can't work right now. You got people who got diseases, who are sick, who are mentally not all there in the head. Like
It doesn't make any sense. Children don't even have to get vaccinations anymore to go to school. They don't have to have to go to school. When I was going, you had to have your
you
records,
know
your
how much
vaccine.
it
They
costs
don't
to
even
get
have to do that
vaccinated.
anymore.
Like you know how much it costs, how much it's gonna cost to get vaccinated now. If you try to go to the doctor, it with no health care now.
Well, what the thing I'm concerned about is how we gonna send our children to school and the other children ain't got no vaccination. You walk around there with all kinds of germs.
And don't forget about school too. Going to public school, you got to pay money just to work on computers now, just to be on the tablet. They
I'll
make
give
you
you
pay.
one. I'll give you one better. They stopped in Illinois when all my children were younger and still going to school. They stopped the hot lunch program and
Yeah, they don't
forced
have
you
the
to
hot
make
lunch
sure that
program.
you forced you to make sure you sent your children home with school lunches because they were not providing a cafeteria anymore for lunches.
So what does that say about our education? When we move on from food, now we go on to education. What does that say about our education? We got no food, and we got kids in school that are hungry, um, trying to learn. They can't learn because they're too hungry to learn.
Well, that doesn't mean anything when it's not a certain demographics kids. If it's a certain
That's
demographics
crazy.
kids, we got to make sure that they have everything they need to be successful. But a
That's
child that looks like
crazy.
my children and your children,
Mm-hmm.
oh
Mm-hmm.
well, we have to blame the parents now. It's your fault that we don't provide lunch for your children anymore. It's your fault
Mm-hmm.
that your children are not concentrating or working because they're hungry. Well, the only reason why I said this is, or I'm saying this, is I remember a letter that was sent to my wife when I first came into her life about her son that she sent to school, and they was like, well, if you had a better job and worked harder, this wouldn't be happening. And it was almost a goddamn fist fight at that school when we addressed the letter. The thing about it is
Yeah.
the finger can always be pointed at the parent, no matter how many jobs you work, no matter how hard
Right.
you work, no matter how many
Right.
things you're sacrificing for your children. It's always your fault. But let me ask you this question, sports fans. When we hear these tragic, unfortunate stories about these school shootings, where are they predominantly happening at?
Mm-hmm. What zip code? Let's call out some zip codes and some cities that they got the red
Like
dots
neighborhood
on.
schools.
You
Well,
know they got the red dots on.
I can go deeper than that. Are they happening at the black schools?
Nope.
So if they're not happening at the black schools, then that means tragedy can happen in any school district. So let's quit
Mm-hmm.
acting like it's the black community's fault that tragedy happens.
And the thing about it too, before these mass shootings happen, these kids are asking for help. They are, and these parents and these teachers and people who work around there are knowing them, like knowing that they have mental problems and they ain't doing nothing about it. Now, if you come to a black neighborhood and you see a guy have mental problems, the cops are right. What the cops do? They ready to lock them up or shoot them. Like how
Or a
many times?
combination of
How many times have we seen on A&E in these little videos on these little video surface on these social media sites where where you see these black people who have mental problems, and the first thing the cops is thinking about doing is put
pumping a hole in
stop
the fist.
and say
Yep.
stop resisting arrest. Like and the family comes out and says like, hey, he got mental problems. Let him stop hurting him. The family yell at them, tell them they got mental problems, tell them that he got issues. But do the cops listen? No. He said, then next thing you know, when they get shot, when they shoot the guy, the cops like, I was afraid for my life. I was afraid for my life, even with no gun. Like the person you just killed did not have a weapon on him. You
You're trying to speak logic into something that's not, it's
Logic.
illogical. You can't speak
It's
logic
very
into
illogical.
illogical. Because
Because
look,
their definition,
I think.
their
Oh,
I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say no. I was just gonna say because their definition of resisting arrest is very vague and very, very, very generalistic. They can say you resisted arrest by just saying, "Wait a minute, huh?"
Look, resisting arrest, according to the definition, is preventing cuffs from being put on or you being placed in the back of a squad car. That's the that's the definition I remember being told when I was.
That's what I thought it was. But nowadays you see people being come on now, you got the badge, Mr. Marshall. Tell them what it is. You know,
Well,
the
I try
setup.
to think logical. I know that's difficult at times, but I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But
You can't.
to go back to my boy's point that he's making, and he's making a great point. Definitely want to let him know that I watched a cop slam an old man's head off the concrete because he told him to get
Mm,
down. He got
mm.
down, but he wasn't getting down fast enough for his
Fast
taste, I
enough.
guess.
He wasn't slamming.
So he slammed his head off the concrete.
Yep.
Now he tried to
Mm.
lie to his supervisor and said, "Oh, he wasn't obeying my commands. That's why I had to force him to the ground." But when there's this thing called God bless the camera, he had to explain. Okay, you didn't even give him enough time to get on the ground. Why did you slam his head off the damn concrete? And then when the family was asking for badges and this, that, and other, then it was oh, I don't have no cards to give y'all. And the other police officer was like, "Oh, I got a card. Here you go." And he thought that she was gonna back him up with that bullshit blue what's that, the blue wall of I don't know, trust, or when I can do something illegal and just because I'm a cop and you're a cop, you gotta take my side. That's not how
Mm-mm.
that works.
Mm-mm.
You know how that goes, man. Like if you don't back up another cop, then all the other cops don't try to get that one cop fired. Talking about, well, you should have helped us
You a
out.
rat. But let me ask you this question, Living Pepper Lou. So in the black community, when we stick together, we're told we supposed to snitch. But cops don't even snitch on other cops. And they be knowing they're bad.
Yep.
He's been on the force for X amount of years, and he's able to him or her able to collect a pension, and they know they have planted evidence, they have charged somebody they know didn't do a crime, but I don't want to be a rat, so I just got to let that slide. You can miss me with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we want justice, which is not going to happen in this age, it's just not.
Yeah,
If
it's
we
too
want
far
justice,
gone.
well, we already know until our leader is our leader, and we're not talking about something that's voted in by the public. We're talking about
Right.
the true leader.
Right.
Until
Right.
he is established as King of Kings, there's never going to be no true justice. Things are going to
That's
just
why
continue to be. Go
we
ahead.
can't let. No, I was just gonna say that's why it pains me just to kind of bring everything that we have just spoken about in the last 5 minutes: education, opportunity, uh, injustice. That's why when you see injustice on your TV, not to take it there, but I'm gonna take it there. When I see it on my TV, and it's been on my TV for 20 some years, and you want me to celebrate it, it makes my blood boil, okay? Because this is the same thing we've been fighting not just 20 years, but they say 400 and some years, and you strutting around like a peacock. I'm not down with that, and I can't be down with that because it means I'm going against my morals, Mr. Marshall. I'm going against the justice side of me. Say that ain't right, like they said on Head of State. That ain't right.
You know what ain't right? What's going on in Washington D.C. right now with Donald Trump? What he's trying to do, get that martial
Shutting
law.
down that shit. He's shutting down that city, and them homeless people ain't got nowhere to go. That ain't right. Hmm.
Wait,
No,
wait,
he's
wait.
trying to
What?
do.
I missed something.
Donald Trump is trying to enforce martial law in Washington D.C.
Yes.
Meaning, if you are out somewhere smoking or
Shutting down
drinking,
that city. Yeah, after a certain time, you gon' that martial law gonna get you.
If you homeless, you going to jail.
Yeah, you're going to
If
jail. And I told my friend yesterday, if it go to Pennsylvania Avenue and sit on the gates and see what they do.
this what he said. He said, "Well, we doing it to get crime down, even though crime is down right now.
Yeah, it's been
Crime is
going down. It's been going down for a while.
crime has been going down in all the states across the country. He's trying
Right.
to enforce. He's trying to enforce martial law across the country. Talking about crime is up. Is it the best way to get crime to go down? Which is a
Trying to
lie.
force it. They said it's 6 more states that he's trying to force it on. You mean to tell me that you gonna pull your own
No, he's trying to put.
resources?
He's trying to put more people in jail because they're not making. Because remember, the more
They ain't
people in
making no
jail, the
money.
more
They
money they
ain't making
make.
no money. That's it. They ain't making no money.
Mm.
Go put them, force them homeless people somewhere, and if they ain't got nowhere, they homeless. Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? Y'all tell me. Somebody help me out so we can send a message to them of where they
Like
gonna go after a certain
all the
time.
places, like all the places you can go to see all the like the nation capital, all other stuff like the Lincoln, the where you got
Lincoln Center and all of those places.
they got dad, what they call those little soldiers. They got National Guards in front of those historic areas right now. They won't let people in there to take pictures or nothing like that now. They got National Guard at every single one of them now.
It's sad, and and this we're not even what a year into this this thing, y'all. This is
And
August. We just
like
started in January.
he's trying to change it. Like he's trying to change the age of to like if you 13 or 14 years old, they want to try you as an adult to put you in prison.
But
So
they've been doing
basically,
that for years.
They've been doing that for a while. They've been doing that for a while. But the problem is, where these people gonna go? You gonna enforce this curfew like Legion, like the movie? Okay, had Will Smith
basically
all stuck up in there.
Donald Trump trying to I don't know what he's trying to do for the next 4 years. I think he's trying to make $1 trillion before he leaves the White House, and trying to make sure all his rich buddies are paid off in the government and in business. Like he told everybody, once I get in this White House, I'm gonna mess y'all up because y'all didn't really
Yeah,
elect me in president at the time. Y'all did Biden. He
yeah,
said
he
that.
told us he told us what he's gonna do, and he's doing it. He came in day one
So can
doing
I
it.
ask? Can I ask the question? Why are we surprised then?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because I told my friend, girl, she's a veteran, and I said, girl, he told us what he was gonna do before this even started. We're not even a year into this whole situation, and we already crying. People are
The,
already, and,
like the thing gets me is everybody see him doing wrong, but they don't think he's doing the wrong thing. I'm like, don't you?
they don't think that ain't it, Mister Lou. You know, they know he's doing. People know this is wrong. Stevie Wonder can see this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, I don't care how you look at it. 95 degrees, 45 degrees, 1080, 2140, HD, AD. However you look at it, anybody can see that this is wrong. The problem is they don't care no more. They tired of fighting. You could buy your man. Come on, you got enough money. You can. Elon Musk is running the country, they say, allegedly. Huh? His son done told Elon Musk, 6-year-old son told the man on the TV to shut up. You ain't running this country. Who does that on the TV in front of your people that supposedly check the mark for your name? Come on now. This is just the book. Just the book. We ain't seen nothing yet. He said it's
And
gonna
that,
blood gonna run. He said blood gonna run in the streets like water. Just the
not only
book.
that, GG, it also said it's going to be progressing. It's going to be
Yes.
progressing from bad to worse, according
Right.
to the book of Isaiah.
And what
And
he
it
say?
also
What he say, Mr. Marshall? What he say, Mr. Marshall? He said he
it's
gonna
going.
look like he gonna have the same abilities as the one that we waiting for. He gonna be able to walk on water, change water to wine. Okay, he gonna be able to pay your bills and buy countries and create things and give illusions. The very thing that the one we waiting for, he's gonna be able to do. But you know what? You know what it is? It's cubic zirconia. It's not the real thing.
I'll put it to this way, GG. Like, I'm not gonna give up, but I probably would not make it to like 2028 or 2029.
Don't say that. Don't say
Yeah,
that.
please
Don't say that. I've been dead. I've been dead twice, literally, not figuratively, literally. Clear that kind of dead. Don't say that.
I'm just saying, like the way the healthcare system is going right now,
You
I'm
don't
kind of
depend
worried.
on the healthcare system. You don't
wait,
depend
wait,
on the
wait, wait,
healthcare system.
let me take this. Let me take this right quick.
Okay.
Lemon pepper Lou. I know you from the streams. I know you from chopping it up with T Price and with Ronton, Elise, GG, and also know you from Tickets stream. But I'm gonna tell you like this: my faith's not in the healthcare. It's not in the dollar
Mm-mm.
bill. My faith is in my Creator, the Most High, and His Son, because that's all we have at the end of the day. And if you're looking for man to perform miracles, then you're gonna be looking for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that you need to know, and this is coming from me personally, the power of prayer is undefeated. And I've been praying for you personally ever since you told me about your situation.
Me too.
So my prayers will mean nothing if you don't have faith as well. And
Believe
I'll
me,
leave
I
it.
do, I do have faith. I do
You
have
got
faith.
to. You got to.
Like I'm still blessed that I'm waking up every day. Like,
Hmm. If it wasn't working, you wouldn't be here, Papa Louie. If it wasn't working,
yeah,
every day you get up should be another brick in that wall. Say, oh, I don't feel like moving. My heart's hurting. My feet swollen. Can't put no shoes on. Don't want to cook. Don't want to clean. Don't even want to look at TV. I just want to lay here and just sleep for about 12, 13, 14 hours. But you know what you do? Something inside of you raises up and says, oh, no, not today. You better get up. You've been talking too much stuff. You've been talking too much stuff, No. I ain't gonna do that. You can't have that though. You might come in through another door, but you ain't coming through that door. Uh-uh. Waking up with lines coming out your neck. You got a big tube coming out your neck. And when they was putting the tube in your neck so they can save you from dying, they punctured your lung. Now you got a punctured lung with a big old vacuum cleaner looking thing. One of them things, dry, wet vac things, look, they keep pumping your lungs so your lung won't collapse while they put a line in your neck to try to get some blood. They can't do that, so now they got to put you to sleep doing all of this stuff. And you gonna tell me I ain't getting up off this bed? The devil is a lie. Hmm.
The point is
No.
this: where did
Mm-mm.
where did all this originate? All this originated in the garden.
In the
What happened
garden.
in the garden is the reason why we're going through what we're going through right now.
And it started with what, Mr. Marshall, with a bite of the wrong fruit. Okay? That's why you got to be
Actually,
careful what you eat. Go ahead,
it's
Mr. Marshall.
it actually started with a lie,
With a
and that
lie,
lie transitioned to someone believing said lie.
a thought, a thought.
And then after somebody believed that lie, then death was given to all of us.
Tra- transfigured into an action, which transfigured into a downfall. Same thing the media does today. Same principle. They
But
start
the thing,
with a talk.
but the thing that makes it even more egregious is Satan didn't put nothing in nobody's hand to say, hey,
That,
fight, eat, and drink. No, what he did was he provided the lie. The lie was believed,
mm-hmm,
and then the doubt
mm-hmm,
was created because there is
mm-hmm.
no timeline from the time that Satan spoke to Eve and the time where she ate the fruit of the tree of life.
Right.
Was no timeline. That could have been 6 weeks. That could have been 600 years. The age didn't start until after she ate. She didn't start to die until after she ate. So we
Which
don't know what
equates to a behavior. I'm sorry, Mr. Marshall, I'm backing you up. Which equates to a behavior. He said,
I'm not.
don't do, but you
And she,
did.
and not only that, she was able to quote verbatim and even put her own qualifier in there by saying not even to touch it. God didn't tell Adam not to touch it, but that means she knew the severity of what she was doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
And what does the
but
book say? The book say we wrestle not against what? It ain't the flesh and blood that we fighting. It's
it's
what?
the
Them
wicked
high
spirit.
things.
It's the wicked spirit forces that like to keep themselves in heavenly places. Now,
Yeah.
why do I say heavenly places? Because if we go to Matthew chapter 23, and this is when Jesus is condemning the Pharisees, he goes off on a tangent on the Pharisees because he's letting them know that the way you are dealing with the people is very hypocritical. He calls them hypocrites at least 6 times in that chapter. Why did he say that? He said, because you're sitting over here having people call you thing like father. You only have one father, and that is the heavenly one. You only have one leader, and he's standing in front of you. So every time somebody wants to sit up there and says, hey, vote for me, they're asking themselves to be put in a position that doesn't even belong to them. Why do I say this? Because I can back anything up with scripture. The following chapter is chapter 24 of Matthew. And it said that, and Jesus said, many will come on the basis of my name saying, I am the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
anybody was to tell me, hey, I'm the second to Jesus, I would laugh at them. But they don't have to say
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what they say? I can lead you, which brings us back full circle to what Jesus was talking about in chapter 23. People have been saying that they want to be Jesus so bad, but they can't do
Uh-huh.
Jesus things
That's
because
what I'm
they're
talking
not
That's why.
equipped.
about.
That's why I say every time I see these leaders and all these people claim they gonna try to lead us, claim they need to work. We need to work with them, all that. Like y'all do know when y'all die, y'all gonna have to be judged by the true leader, the true God. Like everything y'all do on earth, y'all will be judged when that time comes. And what y'all got to say then? Cause he ain't gonna take lightly what y'all try to do against him.
You're not going to even have the ability to stand up to that kind of judgment. Your life has already
Look,
spoken for itself.
the scriptures make it very
There's
clear.
no
Jesus,
excuses. There's no excuses when that time comes. It ain't like you go into court and you got a lawyer or a public defender. Your life has already spoken.
no, we got to stand in front of that judgment seat solo dolo. I can't bring
Yep.
Gigi with me and be like, tell the Most High
No.
how nice of a guy I was. I got to stand up there
Mhm.
myself, and I have to account for the things that I did wrong that I did not repent for.
Yeah, ain't gonna be
Period.
no shoulda, coulda. Ain't gonna be no shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and ain't gonna be no none of that. No. Uh-uh.
I will have to take responsibility for the good or for the bad for what I failed to be obedient by. Jesus said himself, fear not the one that kills the body and cannot kill the soul, but you fear the one that can kill the soul.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. And I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of any
All right,
man.
y'all, I'm back.
Oh, what's up, T Price?
Hey,
Hey,
I do.
we just had a
hey, we
conversation.
got one more hour. Salute to everybody. I'm gonna be on here for like one more hour, but I do want to talk about Boston versus the Lakers in the '80s. Excuse me.
Oh, you can't talk. Don't sound like you can talk. Oh, you might need to take some more break time.
Nah, it's kind of stuffy in here. But anyway, I'll let you finish with saying that we're gonna talk about. I don't know what y'all talking about, but just continue on what you was gonna
That
say.
was
Then we
Mr.
just gonna talk
Marshall.
about the '80s. Go ahead, Mr. Marshall.
Oh, I was just saying that we are living in the most magnificent time of all time because we're literally watching Bible prophecy being fulfilled on an
Yes.
everyday basis, and we're not judged how if we're scared or if we don't know what's going to happen. That's not what we're judged on. We're judged on if we have lack of faith, and then that lack of faith makes us have lack of movement. Because God can bless a bad decision, but you know what He can't bless? A disobedient person. There's
Yeah.
nowhere in the scriptures where it said that God blesses disobedience. He's never done it. So we
He
cannot set
can.
right. It's outside of His nature to bless something that is purposely sinful.
And a lot of people use Jonah with that. He can't bless disobedience. He can't bless. He can't tell you to do one thing and you do the opposite and still reap the benefit of doing the right thing. That doesn't even make sense.
But
All right.
even if last point, I'm sorry, last point, T Price, because I'm gonna let you get back to the '80s. But even if you want to use the example of
I'm
Jonah,
disagreeing.
oh, I'm sorry. No, even if you want to use the example of Jonah, Jonah only got out the belly of the fish after he repented in the prayer at the end of chapter 3 when he was in
Yeah,
the belly of the fish,
right. And he
and then
only
God,
got blessed when he decided to
when he
do
did what
what he
he
was
asked him
told to do.
to do, period.
I mean, that's very simple. I don't understand how we can make the book so complicated. If it was that complicated, only certain people could understand. But see, his word doesn't come back void. So people in Spanish and French, Swahili, can understand the book. Okay, it's bilingual, multicultural. Okay, it's very simple. You do what you're told to do, and you shall reap the benefits. He said your blessings will what? Overtake you. You ain't got to go to the dealership. They bringing you your stuff.
Okay, now you cheat because now you're going to Psalms chapter 23. Okay, I got you right now. So
You know, they bringing you your Mercedes. You ain't got to worry about the oil change. You know, they come get the car, drop off the rental, and they take your car, do the oil change detail, make sure everything is cool and copacetic. They come get the rental, bring you back your car. That kind of situation. You ain't got to
and,
jump around 3 times and 4 Hail Marys and none of that to get the blessings. Just do what you're told to do.
and now let's not just glaze over what Gigi just said. Gigi said something that's very very important. And if you're listening and you want to do your own research, go to Psalms chapter 23. It's only 6 verses, 1 through 6. But in the middle of those verses, it said, "Goodness and righteousness will pursue me all the days that I'm at God's table." So, have you
I
ever been
like the
chased
part
by a
where it
dog?
said, excuse me, Mr. Marshall. I like the part where it said, shall follow me like a shadow everywhere I go. It's following me. Continue.
Now, now think about being chased by a dog. When do a dog stop chasing you? Only when
Mm-hmm.
he catches up with you. And
Mm-hmm.
blessings are more righteous than a dog. So if you're doing what you're asked, it's only right to be blessed for your righteousness. And God is
Mm-hmm.
faithful. He's not a man. He don't change his mind. He don't wake up on a Thursday talking about I want to do something different. I'm gonna change my hair color. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a nose ring. He
Yeah.
don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Your
Mm-mm.
prayers don't go up, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna send him the voicemail because I'm tired of hearing about Mark Taven. He calls me all the time. I don't want to hear him." No, he still hears your prayers, just as valuable as he hears the next person's prayers. The difference between man and the Most High is we're temperamental. He's
Yeah,
faith.
yeah, we're superficial. We're microwavable. We want it in a steam bag or put it in a bag and throw it in a microwave and it's ready in 7 minutes. We want to pop out like Kendrick say sometimes, but we don't want to pay out sometimes. That's the problem. The payout is doing what he say do. Don't mean your life gonna be easy. Jesus lived on the streets. He was at the pool parties, okay, healing people. But you just gotta do what he say do. And that can be very simple. It's just being courteous. Don't be a lover of money. He didn't say don't have money. He said don't love the money. That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
And let's not forget one of his chief qualities is justice, which means
Yeah,
he's going to always be fair. And he wants
yeah.
you to be fair too. If you're gonna
You
sit up
get
here and say, if you're gonna sit up here and say that somebody with a 4-6 record is the GOAT, then somebody with a 5-2 record should be in that conversation. Saying it's only
yeah.
fair.
That's only fair. Somebody with 6-0 should be in that conversation. Somebody there's a whole lot of people that have qualifiers for this conversation that overshadows other people. And don't be trying to come at my house trying to pull up on me because I don't believe and don't see what you see. That's not fair.
No, it's not. So I
You're being a
digress.
bully.
I digress. And hey, let's pass the Mac back to TP so we can get
I'm
on
sorry,
with
Pastor.
because we can do this all night. But
All right, I just want to ask the question before we go on to this, not to change the subject. But how is did anybody see the Dan Patrick show?
did we see the what Patrick show?
Dan Patrick, he kind of ate some collard greens a couple of days ago and had some questions about how
You talking
come
about the
certain
Dan
people.
Patrick that used to be on ESPN
Yeah,
Sports Center?
yeah. Now he got his own little platform, got his own podcast. I ain't gonna say the other because he
Hmm.
raking numbers. But he had
Yeah,
some
he did
questions
that.
why people was playing golf and wasn't at the press conference, and he was like, I want to see the reaction to what his questions were. Are you gonna pull up on him, sir? Because he was talking about Dino. Mm-mm.
No, of course they're not because Dan Patrick don't look like me and you.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
Guess who
about.
else? Guess who
That's the
else don't look
point.
like? Guess who else don't look like
That's the
me and you?
point. Who is
Chill
that?
Sonnen. Guess who else
Oh,
don't look like me and you?
uh-huh.
Dan Gilbert. Guess who else
Uh-huh.
don't look like me and you?
Uh-huh.
The owner of the damn Cleveland Cavaliers. So it's only convenient to pull up
Uh-huh.
and give smoke to people that look like me and you than the people that are saying even more egregious things. Doug
Right. Oh
Gottlieb.
yeah, very, very egregious, Mr. Marshall. I mean, he was just, he was laying out like he was eating fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about the golf balls and stuff, and what shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda been going on during the press conference. I just want to know if you got a response. You said you didn't have nothing to talk about, but I want you to talk about this because you talked about it with the other man that looked like us.
But see,
Huh?
if the press conference was about LeBron James getting 165 over 3 years, he's gonna want his ego stroked. He's gonna want his ass kissed. He's gonna want all
Yeah,
the praise to him. But because
yeah,
somebody else is getting shine, he is
yeah.
not involved. He don't want to have nothing to do with it. Just like the statue for Kobe, just like
Uh,
the Hall of Fame induction for Dwayne Wade. If it ain't
uh-huh.
about him, he don't care.
Okay.
And
Okay.
can I ask?
I
Can I
just
ask this last? Can I ask this last question before T Price takes it away?
yes, sir.
Why hasn't LBJ said anything about the Shannon Sharp accusations to support him when Shannon
I
Sharp
don't
was willing
know.
to take? Well, Shannon Sharp was willing to take on the whole Memphis Grizzlies because somebody said that LeBron James don't have a bag.
I
Oh,
don't know. I don't
So
know. He said he ain't got nothing to say. I just want a response because you took up 2 days of my stream and talking about the last conversation about dying on. But I want to see if you take up any days, partner, talking about Mr. Patrick's comments about dying on. Okay, you hit me up. You was in Vegas at the Nas concert, but you didn't come over here and talk to Gigi. I need you to hit me up, Mr. LBJ.
he was at the Nas concert and nobody knew that he left. That's
Yeah.
how popular
And
he is.
nobody knew he came and nobody knew he left. Okay, so he got out of there.
He only left because he didn't know the words. That's the only reason why he left the
Yeah.
concert.
You can't remember, yeah. With no sexy red at this one, I don't think. I think that's her name.
This dude is a clown. No, I'm sorry. Clowns are
I'm
entertaining.
sorry. I'm sorry, Pastor. Go ahead with the 80s.
He let us spaz out.
Yeah, I was just had that I was thinking about that, having that conversation. I wanted to know what his response was going to be. Because Mr. Patrick was specific about what he was saying. Okay? Mm. And if you have those kind of emotions about thine own, it should be across the board with everybody.
Everybody,
hmm
stay.
hmm I want to see. I ain't heard nothing yet. It's been 3 days.
It's hilarious. See,
It's
Gigi,
been 3 days.
when you gonna have your stream again? I miss coming up
I'm
there.
I'm coming back probably. I'm right in the middle of making some other things happen, but I'll probably be back by the last Monday of this month.
Okay, you better give me an invite so I can spaz out
Oh,
on your pet.
that's bad. You locked in. You gonna get an invite when you don't want one. Be like, did you get off my phone? I can't get online right now. I'm at church. Okay.
I won't say that to you out loud.
I know, but you're thinking, okay, I can't even go to church. She trying to talk on the internet again. But
I would
I
never
got a
do
few
that to
things.
my favorite Gigi.
Yeah, I just got a few things that I got to take care of, and plus they got me on this medication that I'm trying to get off of. You know,
Oh man,
that's the hardest part, getting off of it, because that's the reason why man, no, I can't do this prescription stuff. I can't do it. That's why I, I gotta keep my other. I can't do this prescription stuff. It hurts you more than it helps you. That's why, Papa Lou. I hope you hear me and you still there. You don't be taking all that medication. God gonna show you exactly what to take. If it ain't nothing but oregano, and y'all can laugh, but the oregano, it makes you go go. You hear me, Mr. Lou? I hope you hear me.
I think Lou hear you. He's probably doing
Yeah.
knuckle push-ups right now.
But yeah, and if people don't think that being on these streams, you just sitting up talking. No, you got to have some kind of content to make a conversation flow. We can't just get on here and go goo goo gaga like other people in the mainstream.
Why come we can't?
Because no, that don't work. Because they already say we don't know what we're talking about. They already say we old heads. They already say we didn't see what we saw when Michael Jordan was winning all them championships, when Kobe Bryant was winning all them championships, when Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dr. J and all of them was flying around in the air. The NBA was, man, come on. Why do
So
we
you
have to
mean
keep
to tell
having this
you
fight?
mean to tell me that there was an NBA before LeBron? I thought LeBron was the NBA.
A badge, Mr. Marshall. You remember Dr. J with the afro that used to fly around in the air like
Hey, I don't know what
Superman?
I came into, but I heard about Dr. J, but but I also what I heard, but this is what's wrong with sports, right? NBA today, they were saying, you know, they still pushing these, still the OGs. No, this is what's wrong with y'all. See, when we was growing up, they did a great job was us promoting other stars, more than one from each team. You know what I'm saying? Like you had your name in there. David Stern put you up in there. They still sitting there talking about Jay Reed, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Okay, fine. Look, I'm not taking nothing away from them. You know, they great players, but I always said this for years. I don't look at these players and like to compare to the players that I seen growing up. It's a whole different ball game. The rules are totally different. Totally different. Totally different.
The
Totally.
swag is totally different. I don't care
The
what you say.
competition, the
You
real
they got
rivalries. I can't stand
yeah,
you. We
yeah.
seen
The
fights.
swag was
Seen
totally
fights.
different.
We
Totally
seen
different.
fights. Jay Reed ain't never got it. I didn't try to get into. Let's get back into the '80s because you know. But
Yeah.
anyway, the Lakers and the Celtics. How many times did y'all think that they played in the '80s in the finals?
4
Well,
or 3.
Okay, 80. Okay, in 1980 was Lakers, 76ers, Lakers. Eight. No, it was Lakers, 76ers in 80. You know, 79 was the Sonics and the Bullets. In 81, it was the Celtics and the Rockets. Celtics won the championship. 82, the Lakers and the Sixers. The Lakers won the championship. 76ers and the Lakers again. They played back to back years. 83. Philadelphia 76ers won the championship. 84, 85, Boston Lakers. 85, Lakers won the championship. 86, Celtics. 87, Lakers, Celtics. 88, Lakers, Pistons. 89, Detroit, Lakers. And we know 90 was Detroit and
Mm-hmm.
Portland Trail Blazers with Clyde Drexler and Cliff Robinson, Jerome Kersey, Duckworth, Danny Ainge. What's that dude's name? Also, Cliff Robinson, the late great Cliff Robinson. Them boys had
Cliff.
that Portland Trailblazer team was another team that you know, us real people, man, we know there's a lot of great teams in every era, especially in the '80s and even in the '90s and even in the 2000s. It happens in every decade. You just had great teams that never got a chance to play it, never got a chance to play in the finals. They put then you got some that did, but they just ended up losing to a better team.
The caliber of teams that we saw in the 80s and 90s. And I'm not saying that today is not good, but the caliber of players, the people, I mean, when you want to be great, you got to compare yourself to greatness. When you compare yourself to greatness, you got to do what it takes to be great. And I'm not saying they're not doing it, but you can't downgrade greatness to be great. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't even make sense coming out of my mouth. Okay.
I've been saying this for years on YouTube. Basketball is the only sport that they disagree, they disrespect the legends, but then at the same time, when when it comes to a player like a Kobe Bryant, oh man, you know he wasn't the best player on his team. Oh, they give Duncan all the credit. They give everybody the credit. But then we play with him. Oh, he played with Shaq in his prime, dude. Jay Reed played with Dwayne Wade, and he played with Chris Ross in their early primes. So what are we talking about here?
What are you talking about? This is
And
no
he played with
solo deal.
Kyrie. But this is why I don't understand. They don't keep that same energy, bro. Like, hey, there's this game that I play in town. It's called DJ Bingo, right? I've been going to the thing for over. I say I've been here three, and this is my fourth year this year. Yeah, fourth year. I've been going for 4 years off and on. And guess how many times I got? And they give you little championships, right? I'm gonna take a picture of a screenshot. I got 4 rings in this room like Jay Reed and like a Steph Curry. You know how many times I played and didn't win? A lot of
Well,
years,
attention.
a lot of times, a lot of times. I won 4 times this year. But anyway, the Lakers and the Celtics. That was. I'm
How
telling
many
you,
times did they play? How many times did they play?
they
Patrick?
played three. They
Three
played. Hold
times.
on, I just because they played in. Cause you remember they
One,
81.
two.
Hold on, they 84. That's when I
Yeah.
think that's Tragic Johnson ended up coming out. They call him Tragic Johnson, and then he got his revenge the next following year. The Lakers did, and because I remember Kobe Bryant, what they always used to say about Kobe: if you want to be considered as the Laker greats, you have to do what? You have to beat Boston in the finals. Magic Johnson, the one that said that, by the way. And another thing about y'all fanboys too, I find it very interesting too. Certain, and I just been seeing a trend about this. See, when we was growing up, we had players that actually talked about the game of basketball at a high level, actually talked about it. Now we got players. I've been saying this for a while on here too. You got players, and it ain't no disrespect, but y'all be capping, bro. Y'all be capping. That's just me. I'm just going by the body of work that y'all did. I mean, that's why I understand when y'all be saying that Kobe wasn't not like that, and y'all be saying MJ's not like that, or whoever the case might be, or whatever the case. Well, it's just crazy to me because y'all never had what they had. Y'all didn't
They
never have.
never. They
Y'all
never
never.
had what they had, and they never endured what they endured.
That's a fact. That's the point I'm just saying. It's just like
Hmm.
they've been doing this for a while. I've been saying that on ticket stuff for years, man. I'm like, dude, like, and the dudes was like, I never forget one of one of the last few times before I recently went back on the ticket. I don't be on ticket. I know ticket don't do the streams like he used to. Shout out to ticket though, But I mean, one day this dude was just like, and my homie Big Worm was telling me that this dude was trolling, right? I was like, dude, let me tell you. I was like, man. And then I was like, man, he saved the Lakers. Man, this is one thing about y'all got to stop saying. Yeah, like he saved every franchise. And then y'all always want to go back to y'all, then y'all want to double back and say, oh, look at the teams after he left. Look what y'all don't never put full context in anything. After he dismantled the team, trade all of the assets, the future, and everything like that. Look what took how long for Cleveland for them to get back to relevancy.
What was that? 7 years? Is that 7 years?
Yeah, it's just like, and then
Six to 6 years, 6 or 7 years before they start
I
making
don't,
a statement.
I don't get in. That's why I don't. That's why I don't. Man, that's why this channel we keep it real, man. I ain't got time to be debating no Jay Reed fan, man. Y'all love to move the goalposts. Y'all can never answer a strict question. If we ask a question about Jay Reed, then it start being about then then it start. Then they always mention Kobe. Then they always mention Mike. They can never stay on topic of answering a question, and then they uplift Kobe's teammates that who he played with during that time. Kobe didn't never have the team like LeBron had in Miami. Kobe ain't never had a team like like Jay Reed had in Cleveland the second time around.
Or
Kobe
the
ain't
first
never
time
had
around.
even the first time around. I mean, this ain't no comparison. I'm not docking. Look, I'm standing on my stance, dude. Like y'all fanboy, I be seeing the little, you know, I open up a couple emails. I don't read them out like I used to, but y'all fanboy, y'all must be really bored, man. Y'all
They got
can't
too
make
much
me
time
change.
on it. Got too much time
You
on their
can't make
hands.
can't make me change my mind. He's not the greatest of all time. He shouldn't even be in the top three. That's just my opinion. Just because all of the certain homies from Lions and basketball community they agree, but they all will say the same thing. I've been saying the same thing forever about this dude. I'm not changing. You're not changing my mind. This dude had everything handed to him, and he still failed. Yes, he got 4 rings. Yes, he got the MVP. But then this is how hypothetical the media is. He had the MVPs while Kobe was winning. Then when KD joined the the Warriors, oh, we can't give them MVP. He's playing with 3 other Hall of Famers. Then the other drink. I'm like, whoa, see the hypocrisy? Y'all gave it to him when he played with 2 future Hall of Famers.
What the name
Like,
is? Wade
I'm very
Clark.
disappointed in KD too. If I was KD, I would look at him. I was like, dude, good one. When we played y'all the first time, my team should have won that. You got cheated, man. OKC, man, they did not want LeBron to fail 2 times in a row on the big stage. Y'all don't clearly see that. I'll go back and watch. This is why I normally do in the summer. The summer I always go back in the archives, right? So one of my young homies hit me up, was like, man, you got to watch the Miami Heat when they play OKC. I told him that because he heard the stream when we was talking about it. I think it was about a month ago or something like that. And he's a J. Reed fan. He was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. KD was OKC should have won. Even the commentary, even the referees was sitting there was saying all the stuff like, where did Dwayne Wade get touched at? Where did LeBron get touched at? Oh, he was flopping. He was flopping when he went to Miami. That's when all that flopping started when he went to Miami. Jay Reed didn't used to be like that. Cause look at this is why I tell people, man, if they would have kept the rules, his stats would be like it was his very first 2 years where he didn't make the playoffs. He ain't better than Matt. Number one, he's not
disqualifier, Pastor. I'm sorry, but that's a disqualifier. All that flopping, you can't qualify to get in a certain group. And the group, I don't see nobody in the group that we be discussing with them kind of videos. They don't have no.
Name a
I don't see
goat
no.
you know. Name a goat you know. Name a goat you know. Airball free throws on a regular.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just stop this nonsense. They always
Come on,
want
let's stop it.
another
It makes
thing.
no
This
sense.
another thing that aggravates me too. That they say too. They always want to put this. Oh, he did it on a higher efficiency, even without the 3 ball, than Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. We be like, huh? Well, I be hearing them dudes be say that on TikTok. I be like, dude, I'm glad you don't be coming to Lions Den basketball community, man. With that nonsense. But them dudes that do be. Shout out to the homies that's on there, that's on TikTok, that really be holding it to the fire, bro. Like for real, bro. Like they be having the dudes. My boy OG's is this saying, "Hey Jay, he's like LeBron fans come out and play."
How you gonna be the greatest and you got the most playoff losses? Pastor counted it up for us one day on. He showed it to us on the Stat Muse. Remember the Stat Muse day? Everything came to reality with the numbers, with the playoff losses. You got the most of them. How you gonna be the GOAT?
It's what
That
it
don't make
is.
no sense.
It's
That
just
don't make
what
no
it
sense.
is. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I'm about to get off of here, man. I ain't know I've been on here for 3.5 hours, man. I finally got 2 days off in a row. So out of
That's
the last 28 days, I miss only 1 day. You know what I'm
Lord
saying?
Jesus.
And I told my boss lady, I'm like, I know this month I'm grinding because I'm on a mission. I got a goal that I'm definitely going to get to this year, and I got the confirmation today. And I thank you, Lord, for all you done for me. I thank. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna go there right now, but yeah, I ain't. Yeah. I ain't gonna go there right.
Well, thank
But
you for having me on. You guys have
I
a great
appreciate everybody coming through. You,
weekend.
hey, we gonna come on in the morning. We'll talk about
The
something. But
Aces ain't doing nothing.
oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Aces,
I got
Lord
about.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about the WNBA too. Have anybody on the
Yeah, we
panel
gotta talk about the WNBA because there's
talk
some
about them
funny
tomorrow?
business going on.
We can
Okay.
talk about them tomorrow. Cause I've been watching it. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't been watching
Yeah.
like the homies podcast. I know a lot of homies. You know the homies that still putting out
Be
content.
streaming it.
I've been out of state, out of mind, bro. Like y'all just don't understand, bro. Like I'm on a mission, bro. Like, and God is my witness. And Gigi, it's official too. It's already done. I already done.
Okay, I
It's already.
already know.
We ain't gonna
Yeah.
mention it. We ain't gonna mention it on
Thank you,
everybody.
Lord.
Like
Thank you, Lord.
what he's talking about. You don't need.
Thank you,
Ain't nobody
Lord.
coming to see you, Otis.
Ain't none of your business. Don't cost you a dime. Stay out of mine.
Man, they coming
Okay,
to see.
y'all.
They coming to see the
We're
temptation.
gonna see what Luca gonna be stirring up with Mr. Evans
Ain't
this
nobody coming to
year.
see you.
Okay.
And, hey, this is another thing too. Hey, Luca. Yeah, look,
We're
I'm
gonna see
standing
what
on my
Luca doing
stand.
other than parking spaces. We're gonna
I'm
see what
not
Luca
rooting
doing
for
other
the
than
Lakers
parking spaces.
until I know Jay Reed and his Make a Wish Foundation kid leaves and leave
Don't go
Kareem
there. Don't go there.
and leave Kareem basketball. Leave
Yeah,
Kareem
yeah,
basketball there. Leave it
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Leave it there. Because
We
eventually you're gonna have to give it back anyway. Cause
yeah, we
you know
taking back what belongs to us. Okay,
Yeah.
repossession,
And then
repossession.
what the
Mhm.
fanboys gonna start doing anyway? They still gonna
Yeah,
hate Kobe. They still gonna hate Mike. And then they gonna still elevate Jokic. Y'all act like Jokic is the best thing. Y'all act like Jokic. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't going against the battles like the players did in the '80s, where every team had a center. You know what I'm saying?
Jokic,
Like, yeah,
Jokic
every
said he want to get back to his horse
'90s
throne. He said
and even the
he
'90s,
tired of
even
basketball.
early 2000s, it was the bigs,
Mm-hmm.
bro. The bigs, man. Jay Reed is the
Mm-hmm.
only basketball player that I ever seen, other than Anthony Davis, that cannot win with a dominant center. He don't. He never.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he don't even give. It's so fat. It's so sad. They don't even give a Gauskas his credit. They down. And then another thing I can't stand about y'all Jay Reed fans. Y'all, I've been said this. Y'all remember I used to say this on Ticket Channel all the time. I was like, man, y'all act like it's five. It's the five Jay Reeds out there. He played power forward, shooting guard, it's
Every
small
position,
forward,
every
every
position.
position. He the
Okay,
6 man. He's
yeah, every
7.
position.
Everybody
Well,
else is just a disrespect
that was a
compared.
$6 million man. $6 million man. That joker's a robot. He can do all five positions. That's crazy.
And I don't care what nobody say. I'm still standing on my stance on this. I think he destroyed he destroyed the game. He destroyed it. I
Uh
don't care what
oh.
nobody say. He destroyed it. I told Trayvon this behind the scenes years ago. He's a black antichrist to me, bro. Of the NBA. That's just my opinion, and it's unfolding. It's unfolding like a stripper getting caught on a stripper pole.
Uh oh. Players Club.
They don't.
Uh oh.
They don't even deserve Players Club. Can you remember
They
they
don't even
done with
deserve
the
that. Mhm. Yeah.
Remember we
Oh yeah,
done with
that's
the
right. That's
'90s.
right. You
Yeah,
done with
you
the
thought
'90s. Okay. Well, take them Nikes off.
Reed,
Take them
you
Nikes
in
off.
your 40s too,
Okay.
just like us. It's Jay
Yeah.
Reed.
You take
You
them
40s
Nikes
too.
off. You done with the '90s. Take
And
them
two,
Nikes off.
he is not no Magic Johnson, y'all. Let's just stop this. He's not no Magic
Mm-mm.
Johnson. He's not no Magic. He's just him. This dude is not everybody. Dude, it's for to me, he's just been the same player like he was since the beginning he got in the league. He ain't got better. His hairline is
Mm-mm.
deep. He gained 9 pounds in a season in a game, and nobody don't
Lord
know.
have mercy.
He, he,
That joker got
he
reverse side effects.
and, and then and then he go on 3 week sabbaticals.
Reverse side effects. Okay.
Go
You
play.
don't lose weight,
You
you
go
gain weight.
you go play in the Olympics. You go play in the Olympics. Everybody else get drug tested except you.
Except you. What you go to the wrong gate? What do you do? You went to A instead of B? Yeah, you go this way, you don't got it. You go this way, you got to go through, not just ATF. You got to do the other thing too.
But my last words is
That's
this:
crazy.
vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So you've been
Said the
putting up
Lord.
all this. You've been putting us all this. You very disrespectful individual, and anybody
Yeah.
that's a fan of yours, you've. I don't respect. I don't respect because it says it in the Bible. I know y'all did a little church thing. I got to go back and catch my notes because when I went out, my boy was like,
Yeah,
man,
we
they were.
did. We had our. Y'all gonna put it in the plate now. We didn't do the offering time. Put it in the plate. Hit that like button. We had our service today.
Yeah, because I was just taking care of things. But anyway, all this dirt, all this stuff that he been saying about all these players, and we've been saying this for a long time, it's gonna come back on you. And trust me, as the homie Atlantean always say, there ain't gonna be no fun when the rabbit has the gun. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
overseas. And then when everything comes out, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna do a podcast about it. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I said this years ago when Chicken first brought it up. When everything come out, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna act like nothing goes on. Nothing go on. But the year of the anniversary, oh my lord, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
take me to the water.
Oh
Won't
no.
you take me? Take me to the water. Won't you
Mm-hmm.
take me?
Not the
Take me
golf course.
to the water. To be
Mm-hmm.
baptized.
Uh-oh.
To be baptized. It's nothing but the righteous. That's how it's gonna be that day. I'm telling you, y'all is not gonna like me that day.
T
I'm gonna
Price,
wait a year.
I gotta give you credit. I like how you sung the hook, the bridge, and the backup.
All in one.
Right. I was like, is that Gigi? And I was like, damn, that's T Price.
Mhm.
Amen.
You guys
And,
have a good one. I'm out of here, okay?
and like I've been saying, the truth gonna come out about y'all favorite player, man, and then it's gonna kill y'all because y'all saw so much stuff about Michael Jordan and his kids, Magic Johnson and his kids, Kobe Bryant down in a helicopter, and all this crazy stuff y'all been saying about. I'm telling you, but yeah, I'm telling you, some of y'all gonna eat crow, and some of y'all gonna be so blind, like Warren G said, you don't see what I see. And then we're gonna talk about the '90s, because the '90s was a great time. We're gonna do that next Thursday. I know we didn't get much on the '80s. We talk about a little bit of it, but we just go with the flow. But anyway, like, share, subscribe to everybody. I appreciate it. If you want to donate it, I think I did. I don't know if I pinned it in the chat or not, but I think I'll do it. Though anyway, my birthday was good. I am having a little cookout this weekend with a couple of people that I know that actually have the space and everything too. But I know a lot of people that I know won't be able to come, because of working engagements and stuff like that. But other than that, man, I'm just happy to see another year, another day, and another day to get it right. You know what I mean? And my last words is this: I believe in that man upstairs, and I know when devil said no, God said yes. Just because men say no, God always says yes. So uh, just continue, just hold on, y'all. We just gotta continue to hold on because one thing I learned growing up, this is hell on earth. So if this is hell on earth, I don't want that part of hellness. No, you know what I mean. So, but anyway, we're gonna talk about the '90s. We're gonna talk about '90s hip hop, '90s music, '90s movies, and some of the greatest '90s. The '90s was MJ and Hakeem Olajuwon. If you ask me, there was them two was the top players in that aspect. But then you have some great '90s players as well. We all gonna talk about that, and then the next following Thursday we're gonna talk about the year 2000s. Well, some people say Shaq. I think Kobe dominated. And even though you got through Shaq and name in there too, I know some people don't want to give Kobe his props of anything, but he was the greatest player in that generation. I know him and Diesel are the last duo to three-peat. Before then, it was who, y'all? Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and they did it twice. For those who don't know, they did it twice. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the '90s. Then after the 2000s, then we're gonna do the teens, the 2000 teens, and then be halfway through the 2020, the 20 era right now. So Y'all hit that like button, man. I'll see y'all next Thursday, man. Y'all know me. I'm gonna be out of state, out of mind. If anybody that knows me, you hit my number. If I don't hit you back, hey, I'm on that grind, and I'll find some time to. Um, this is the first time I had time to actually even do a stream because, like I said, I've been working 28 days straight. Out of 28 days, I worked 27 of them. So this is the first day I had some rest. And tomorrow gonna be another day I have some rest, and then I'm back to that grind again. So I'll see y'all next Thursday if I come on. Yeah, we come on tomorrow though too. I'm gonna do one in the morning. We're gonna talk about the WNBA and other things. But I appreciate everybody for coming through. My boy Mr. Moss for coming through. My boy Ron, Tom, Martavian, my boy Leezy, my boy Lemon Pepper Lou for coming through, man. I seen everybody in the comments. I ain't know to shout you out, but I appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to everybody else out there, Alliance Den. Shout out to my boy Polo, straight to the point, man. And I can remember it was just when Chicky used to be done with his streams, used to be me, Lemon Pepper Lou, and straight to the point. We used to be on Lemon Pepper Lou cooking, man. That's how far back me and Lulu go. That's how far back my boy Polo go, aka straight to the point. My boy in H Town. Shout out to my boy Polo, man. And shout out to everybody in Houston. My boy Greenleaf, my boy Herm. What's up, Hollywood Herm? Showtime. My boy C Hill, Aries, Annie K. Oh, LeBron is Globe. I ain't forgot about y'all, man. Oh my no, Panama Queen. Shout out to Panama Queen. I missed the ladies that used to come in here, man. And support and everything like that. Peachy Brown, Tay Brown. So I missed. Hey, shout out to my lady too for the support and the love and the caring heart as she is. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Shout out to my boy Martavian once again, man. Hey, you got any
Hey,
last words?
just it's always a pleasure to be on the stream with you to cook. Lemon Pepper Lou, prayers, love. Gigi's always a pleasure. Elise, like a little brother to me, always fun, great energy. Maz always bringing the facts, and Uncle Ron. So I'll be on here tomorrow, man. Thanks again for inviting me. I truly appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we'll be on about 9 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. You dig what I'm saying? So I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace, love, and happiness, man. Y'all be safe out there, and the devil is a lie. And one of the great words I learned from a mother, this was around, I think this was around like 2000, and I think it's around 2000. Wait a minute. I know it was before I came out here, so this had to be about, I say 2014, 13, 14, somewhere in there. One in it, somewhere right in there. What his mother, she say this, it ain't over until God said it's over. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.